Okay. Hello, everyone. Oh, let me bring up my microphone. Give me one sec. Where is that at? Hello, everyone, and welcome to What's Your Genesis, the fourth episode. I don't know why I introduced it like that, but you know what? We'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. But yes, this is my talk show where I talk to various content creators that I want to get to know and have a good chance to chat with. And today with me, I have a very special strawberry cat girl from, I believe she's from Hell. If you would like to say hello, this is Ichigo.
Am I supposed to introduce myself here?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give a brief introduction about who you are, what you do, and
Oh, okay. Hello. My name is my name is Ichigo. I go by Strawberry Hellcat. You can call me any kind of abbreviation of that. Lots of people just call me Cat. That's also fine. I make my living of being a gremlin on the internet. That's it. That's my branding. I'm a gremlin.
yeah,
I'm a menace.
branding. Oh man, and, that's not a bad branding to have. I do apologize though. Again, I know I said this before we started, but I did wake up late. We were supposed to do this like 3 hours ago. But I
That's-
overslept.
Sometimes you gotta catch up on sleep. You know, the body wants what the
Yeah.
body wants.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're not wrong. Guess you're not wrong. Oh man, but how are you today? Hope you're doing good.
I'm actually having a really good day today. It's been
That's
really fun.
good. It's probably the next day for you, isn't it, or something? Like for me, it's still Sunday.
For me, it's also still Sunday, but like
Oh,
evening.
okay. Ah, gotcha.
It's 9 p.m.
Yeah, it's noon for me. Yeah, you're 9 hours ahead of me.
Mm,
Oh my goodness.
time zones.
Time zones, yes. Time zones are a very fickle thing. Sometimes they suck. I remember when we first started talking, you told me, like, in DMs on Twitter, you were telling me about how it's really hard for you to collab with people because all the friends you keep making are all people in other countries, so you're like, I can't collab with anybody.
Yeah, that's actually a very big thing, because I have a ton of friends that have like at least a 7 hour time difference. It's really hard to find the time to like properly call up when you also have a normal life on top of it. So if
Uh-huh.
anyone has class or work or stuff like that, most hours during the day are just
Hello,
gone. And
Reiki.
especially if there's like responsibilities the next day, you can't stay up too late either. You can't wake up too
Hello,
early.
fake
So it's
dogs.
it's really hard to like find time to hang out with my friends properly.
Yeah, yeah, no, totally. No, I totally get that. Hard to make time with friends and all that. And also, we got a lot of people saying hello in chat. I see my bud Reiku, and then we got somebody titled Fake Dogs and Double Negatives with a Pinch of Salt. I love that name.
My grandmother.
That's your grandmother?
No, not my actual grandmother, but like it's
Oh,
a running
okay.
joke we have.
Gotcha. Then we have another one, Making Triangles. Welcome, welcome, everyone.
Megan Tangles. Hi, Falco.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, I totally get that. I mean, trying to get, uh, trying to get freaking time zones to work when you're trying to do collabs and just in general, just talk to people can be rough.
It really is. It honestly is. It's a bad time sometimes. Honestly, I wish it
Yeah.
wasn't.
I actually think I have a lot. I think you're not the only one friend I had that's like that 9 hour time difference. Like, I'm also, well, I'm not sure where you're from, by the way, because I do detect an accent.
Oh yeah, I definitely have an accent. I am not from a normal English speaking country.
Oh
You
boy.
know the place that is down under, not Australia down under, but like the down under the sea level kind of hell. Yeah, that one.
Hmm. Which?
Go take a guess. Take a guess. I'm not gonna make this too easy on you.
Hold on, I'm trying to guess. Because down under. Um. Give me a sec. I'm
Not
trying to think.
Australia. It's not Australia.
It's definitely not New Zealand either, because that's
No,
a different area. They just. Let me see. She's from Mars.
don't tell them.
Oh my gosh. I mean, other than you actually saying hell, trying to think.
I mean, it counts as hell. It's still below sea level.
I'm trying to think. The Philippines?
No,
I mean, that was also someone to give me a guess in
I'll
chat.
give you
So
another hint.
yeah, yeah.
Weed, weed and cheese.
Weed and Why did Paris come to mind? I don't think that's correct.
It's a cheese. It's a cheese.
It's the
But
cheese,
no,
yeah.
not that cheese. Like actual good cheese. No offense
That's
to
such an
any
insult to
French.
France. Oh my god. Yeah, French cheese sucks. Our cheese is better.
I mean, yeah. Our cheese
Uh,
is really good. I can't help it.
oh god, I'm trying to think. This is tough. Below sea level, good
Tulips.
cheese. What?
Tulips. Think of tulips.
Tulips. Oh god. I just must not know my cultures. um, below sea level. So,
Mhm.
can I get okay? Can I get a hint of is it like north of the equator or south of the equator?
Definitely north.
Okay. Ch- Belgium or Germany?
No, but you're close.
Is it Norway?
No, not that close.
Okay. Sweden? No.
No.
Uh,
A little bit south. You were very close when you
wait.
said Belgium and Germany.
Belgium, Germany. I almost want. I'm trying to think. Cheese. I don't. I may. I don't really know many countries I know for cheese. Yeah, I'm trying to get. It's not Italy, is it?
No.
Hmm.
I wish though. I wish.
Norway
That
is
was
the
very.
better version of Ichi's country. Oh my god.
What? I mean,
That's
to
just
be
what
fair,
the
it's not.
chat
It's not the
said.
greatest. It's not the greatest.
It's not. It's not Sweden. Not Norway. Uh, Let me think. I've. Man, I'm trying to think. Ukraine?
Also, not Ukraine. No, it's the Netherlands.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I
You're probably
said
the
you were
first
very close when
person.
you said Belgium and Germany, like literally on the border,
I guess I just,
right in
you're the first
between.
person I've ever met from the Netherlands, so I always forget. I gotta be honest, just because I don't hear enough about them in any of the news, YouTube, or any of that, I sometimes forget that's a country. And no
We're
offense, no
very
offense.
insignificant. I mean,
Uh,
it's fair. We're very insignificant. We've always been very insignificant. Like all we do is like mind our own business. We trade a lot. That's it. That's literally all we do. We don't do a lot of
gotcha.
shenanigans. Oh, maybe the weed. Like weed has been legal here forever.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, that's the reason most people visit.
Oh my god, the Netherlands and Norway are interchangeable in my head. Oh my gosh. That's what
And
chat's
fair enough.
saying. As a Dutch, you have friends both New Zealand and America in the same group online. That's interesting. I also kept this silent because of the guessing. As a Dutchie, so from that is Dutch. Has friends both New Zealand and America in the same online group. I've made friends all across the world at this point. I feel like.
Yeah,
um,
same. It's very fun. It's also very tiring.
it can be, especially when you're trying to plan things with people. I have a lot of things I want to do with people, like not just play video games. Like I'm trying to host a new game show I'm trying to set up, um, which will be basically trying to help me feature people at the same time as making it a game show. Because the concept is I'm gonna show clips of various VTubers and then a tweet, and they have to guess which VTuber in the clip said the tweet. So
Oh shit.
yes.
Mine are all unhinged. I only have bad tweets. I don't have any good tweets. Please get mine out of this. I have tweets like you can fascinate a woman by offering her a piece of cheese. That's one of them.
You can fascinate a woman by giving her a piece of cheese?
Exactly. Have you ever tried?
I don't think so. Although it reminds me that we had when there's a video I'm still trying to finish editing that is basically we did the thing where we had an AI generate inspirational quotes for us, and one of them generated like a war poster, like those like we need you to join the
Oh
army.
god.
But it generated, and instead of saying anything like that, what it said on the poster was, "There's a cheese woman in everyone."
True. True.
So it's like George Washington pointing at you, saying, "There's a cheese woman in everyone."
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Oh my gosh.
I personally I am a cheese lover. I do love cheese. Cheese is very good. I believe there's a cheese woman in literally everyone. I do believe that.
I mean, maybe that's why cheesecake is so popular.
Yes. Even though there's no actual cheese in there, I believe.
I think there might be, but it's not as much. Cheesecake is weird. I don't understand how it's made of cheese. I don't really get
I don't
that.
think it. Wait, wait. Maybe it counts as cheese in different languages, but like, isn't it made with cottage cheese?
I think so.
Cause for us, we call that quark.
Oh, it's cream cheese apparently.
Cream cheese. We still call that quark.
So it's something different than cheese.
I think it's the same product, but it's called different.
Gotcha,
We
gotcha.
don't call it cheese because technically it's not cheese, and things aren't allowed to be called cheese if they are if they aren't cheese. So we're very strict in our cheese rules over
I
here.
can't
This is
believe
a
it's not
podcast about
cheese.
cheese now, isn't it?
I guess it's like this. Like it's. I guess like what is it called in your country? The
Quark.
quark. Is that right? Quark.
Yeah, quark.
Quark.
Quark and cream cheese are different things. Oh, never mind then.
When I
Wild.
it's like I can't believe it's not real cheese instead of butter.
I can't believe it's not butter. No,
Can't
we're
believe
actually
it's
very
not
strict in our
cheese.
cheese rules. Like you can't call something cheese if it's not. Like there's actual cheese. You know how it's the same thing with butter, actually. We're not allowed to call things butter if they are not butter because that's been copyrighted.
Really?
Hmm.
So like, wait. So you mean like the average person can't call, or do you just mean like businesses, like
No, like
brands?
the official brand name or like the official name for it cannot be butter if it isn't butter. So, okay, I'm gonna tell you the peanut butter story.
Oh boy.
Alright. So peanut butter is called peanut butter in pretty much every single language if you translate it, right?
Okay.
Not in ours. We call it
Really?
peanut cheese. Yeah, we call it peanut cheese. Even though it's not cheese, but we call it peanut cheese. And it's been accepted because it's been around for so long, because the word butter was actually patented. And we are not allowed to call it butter because it's not actually butter. So we are the only country in the world that calls it cheese.
Interesting. Huh.
Hmm.
That's very interesting. Wait, like Mon Chow is cheese and not quark, I guess they said. I think it's something with
If it
butter.
is,
That's
it's
why we have
cheese.
pindakas instead of peanut butter.
Yeah, we call it pindakas.
Okay,
Kas is cheese.
gotcha. I didn't even know that I've been eating margarine all this time. They're all called utterly butterly, but not actually butter. Yeah, it's weird how companies do that. I don't know. Seeing the I can't believe it's not butter, or like the brands that try and say it is something else gives me the same vibe as watching a Nux Taku video. You go in, it's titled, "Oh yeah, they're like winner wins $1,000," and he actually only gives them like $100. That man
Wait,
is like a master of clickbait, but for the wrong reasons sometimes. Like I love his
yeah,
content. I love his content.
I used to like back in his old days when his content was mostly just like hate rates and stuff. That's the only part of him I remember, and ever since I've stopped liking his content, I heard he has improved a lot,
I
but
don't even
at this
remember
point
this
I'm
hate
just
raid
not too
stuff.
sure.
Was it like
Like his
he
content
triggering
is
the hate
mostly
raids, or was it people triggering hate raids on him?
no, it was him triggering the hate rates. Like it was way back in the day though.
Ah, I had never heard about this. I mean, all I know now is he actually is like he's a genuinely nice person. I don't know if he really did that. He's definitely done a 180, because he
Yeah,
now
he changed a lot. I don't know if they were staged or not too, because like
they could have
some
been
of them were just
staged.
like funny. Some of them were just like
Oh, I think I know
like
which content. You're talking about the ones where he like sends people in the chat and they're all named Billy.
yeah, that's some of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
he
I
has
don't
some of
think
the
those were
funny ones
necessarily
as
hate
well.
raids, but they kind so
No, those
some.
are the funny ones. Those are the funny ones. There's also been like the hateful ones. Not like necessarily very harmful, but just generally unkind. And that's the type of content that I personally don't really enjoy. So it was funny when it was like, oh, everyone's Billy, and when he's like, oh, we sent a raid from whatever. That kind of content was funny, but that's not always been his content.
Also, it's interesting. Someone in chat just said a Bruji app, literally monkey
A blowjob
sandwich,
app.
is what we call a story in which the truth cannot be really be determined, an urban legend. And they said
Yeah,
also, hello, I'm Mark. And then they just came
blowjob.
in with their actual
What
account. They
we
said,
called it.
here's my real account,
Mark.
Mark Edel.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
No, that's actually a thing. Like a broodje app, which does translate to monkey sandwich, is something that we call like basically just nonsense.
Nonsense.
So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well, Ichigo, I think you're a bougie up. Oh man. Wait, hi doggy. I mean cat. I don't.
Calling a dog.
How can you confuse her for a dog? I'm pretty sure she's
I'm going to fucking
like a.
bite you.
Pretty sure she's technically a Nekomata because she has two tails.
Yeah, I am
Because
actually.
which is something I didn't know. Like I thought Nekomata for a long time like was just any cat girl, but a Nekomata is specifically a cat girl, but like or like is like a cat with two tails in Japanese lore.
Yeah, it's when there's actually more to the lore. There's
There's a lot more. I just overly
there's a ton
simplified
more.
it.
But technically it's just like a cat that has surpassed a certain age and then they gain like certain wisdom
Basically,
thingies
it's
and
like a
then
kitsune.
not entirely. Actually not at all.
Well, in the same way that
It's
they
just like
get
when a
another
cat
tail.
passes a certain age, they're like they're said to have like this kind of wisdom thingy, and then suddenly they also get firepower sometimes, like depending on how wise and how old the cat is. The tail also splits. So that, yeah.
Gotcha. Also,
Hi
yeah, we got Mia in here, and then wait, her grandma
Mia.
is a dog. So it's complicated. I am with Mark here. Oh my god.
Hi Elle. Elle, we were just talking about cheese. You would love it.
Her son's
Elle is a
grandma's a
cheese
fox, which is
VTuber.
me. I'm surprised there's not a cheese VTuber. Where's our king, like our king
She
or
is
queen of
the
cheese?
she's what? No, that's her.
Wait,
Illustra is a
really?
cheese VTuber.
Wait,
Yeah,
really?
she's a cheese VTuber.
Oh, okay, interesting. Gotcha. You heard the butter
You heard the
talk.
butter talk.
By the way, everyone in chat, hope you like the studio. I'm very happy with how this turned out. I think it makes it look a lot more professional and invite people on here for talk shows.
I keep looking at the moving lights, I won't lie.
I know that I didn't even ask for that. That was like I asked for it like when I asked for it to be animated, I thought they were gonna like do something kind of like this, but like I thought it was just gonna be like a giant window in the back that had like flying cars or something going by. Because I asked for futuristic but green, and I showed them some what's we're looking for some example photos of what I was kind of hoping for because I've always loved the aesthetic and I think it's a lot has to do with like Teen Titans Tower from the original Teen Titans, but in other shows like I love the futuristic aesthetic, but if it has a lot of vegetation and greenery because it looks like if you combine all the technology advancements in the world with nature, it's like it just looks perfect to me. It's like we're combining nature and technology. I don't know. I've always liked that look.
Kind of
Oh
reminds me
man.
of Near Automata. But like in a better way. In not in the world is gone kind of way.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, no, totally. Man. Nier Automata is like a strange one to me because I watched someone play through most of the game, but that game is incredibly long. Like it's
It is very long.
and it's like so I watched like I think maybe half, probably maybe not even half the game. I think it was like after the I'm not gonna spoil. I'm gonna say the twins. If you've ever played the game, do you know the twins?
No, I don't think I've ever played that.
Okay, never mind then. But yeah, basically, I don't know. I watched a long most of a playthrough, and I just at some point was like, I can't watch this anymore. It also doesn't help. I was watching a playthrough and not like a funny moments montage,
Yeah,
which
no, that's very fair.
I think nowadays, honestly, I think playthroughs like hot take. I think playthroughs, unless you're trying to edit a funny moments bit of it, like you're funny, like you're a comedian, only time to really do a playthrough, I think, is streaming it. And I hate to say it, but I think that nowadays people aren't here to watch playthroughs. They're here unless you're going to stream it. Like, if they don't think the video is going to be funny, they might not watch it.
It really depends
Your
on the
community.
content creator.
Yeah,
Like
it really
I've
does.
noticed that there are some content creators who upload like unedited videos. You know, Game Grumps, they don't edit their videos at all. They just press record and then they upload.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they press record for like 20 seconds, 20 minutes and then they upload. That's it.
Some of them
Um
do that, and some of them will record for like an hour, and then they'll edit it down into like a 10-minute video.
yeah, that's also an option. So it really does depend on the content creator. I guess that if you're
I
one of
like
the
that,
big names, you
yeah.
can literally upload anything. So it doesn't really matter.
And
As
I will
long as
reach out in
you're
a sec.
online.
I will read chat in a sec. I know I've been there's a lot of chat messages, but I don't want to forget this conversation. But yeah, no, like for me, I'm one of the people who I used to edit. I used to like upload basically full playthroughs. Like I would do hardly any editing, but I don't like doing that anymore. I like heavily editing my content and putting it out with like, especially if I can subtitle it, even though it takes freaking ages. I like make my content entertaining to watch more so. Like I want to have every moment hit hard and make you be like, I'm enjoying watching this. I can't look away. I don't
They
know.
should be making TikToks. That's kind of like the 8 second rule, 7 second rule is basically the entirety of TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I mean, I kind of do that. I kind of I mean, that's kind of why I think my strong suit is like editing small like little short videos. That's why I love making YouTube shorts. The only I do hate trying to edit them sometimes because sometimes they're a big very big pain away. But like I started a VTuber clips channel recently where I'm clipping VTubers and content creators I think deserve to get noticed. Um, because I've always looked up those channels and I've always felt like I could do one pretty well. Um, and let's run. Where is it going with that? I also plan to use those clips in a game show in the future. I plan to host. Like I already said that earlier, I think. But yeah, like those clips. So I'm trying to help people get noticed and in any way I can because I don't know. I want to grow just as much as I want other people to grow.
Agree with that one. I definitely do agree with that. I do enjoy editing like clips and stuff like that. Whether it be for TikTok or YouTube Shorts or anything, I just like having that kind of small practice without committing to a 20-minute video like that.
Yeah, lately
I used
my
to
attention
like
span has
edit down
shrunk.
streams. Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, my attention span has shrunk so much to the point where it's like I'll be watching like a minute long video and for some reason I keep clicking away from it and I watch like another video that I assume I recommend, then another,
Yeah.
and it takes forever to finish that 1 minute video because I'm just like my attention span is so bad now.
It's a social media thing nowadays where everything is catered to keep your attention for as long as possible with as much information as possible at the same freaking time. Which is actually like it's for me it's getting out of hand because I do need um like I have a very chaotic brain. So if my brain is doing one thing, I need to do a second thing with my hands. So I keep doing. I need to like have one brainless thing and one thinking thing. So, um,
Yeah.
like those videos where you see gameplay in the background and people telling a story, but not that mundane. So for me, it's like when I'm working, I need a podcast or a stream or something like that, something passive that I can just look at or listen to while my hands are working.
Yeah. No,
And
that's
I feel
fair.
like the majority of TikTok is just catering to that, but excessively, like very, very badly. And it's affecting a lot of young people in the way that their brain works. Because they
Yeah.
can't keep their attention for more than 8 seconds anymore.
It's become bad. It's why honestly it just sucks. Everyone's attention spans are shrinking, and that's becoming a
Mm,
big problem. Like even for me, it's like I want to start enjoying long form content again, other than podcasts, which I do love. Um,
yeah.
I might talk about that in a sec. I do want to go and read chat. I said I wouldn't because chat has been kind of moving a lot faster than I'm used to. Someone in chat said, since we're on the subject of Japan and cheese, I want to talk to Ichigo a lot about food. Tonight, I had a wagyu burger for dinner. It was nice, but not too unusual. How do you feel about the concept of a wagyu burger?
I've never had Wagyu before,
I
I
think
think.
I might have had a
Wait,
wagyu steak. I
wait,
think.
no. I think I have had a Wagyu skewer. It tastes like
Ooh,
normal beef. It tastes like normal beef. I
yeah.
won't lie. It's very nice, very
It's a
good beef.
very
Very
juicy,
tasty.
really thick steak, basically, is from what I know.
It's just, yeah, it's just good beef. That's basically it.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste anything too special.
Yeah, and then someone, Mia, said, Actress, it's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too. Sorry it took so long to say that, but it is very nice to meet you. Always glad to have new people pop in. Especially, like, I don't know, I love meeting new people, whether that's in my chat or Twitter or VTuber I get to meet. Always fun. Or, I mean, I don't just like talking to VTubers, I like talking to anybody. It's just VTubers I feel like it's a lot easier to connect with. I don't know.
VTubers are just better.
Oh
I
boy.
don't make the rules. It's just true.
And then someone in chat says sometimes cats become Nekomata, like if they were mistreated and the tail is damaged. Right? I believe that actually is some of the lore. There's a lot of different lore about how a Nekomata is born. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of different
That's also the
variations.
reason why they cut tails off of Japanese cats. That's why they have the Japanese bobtail cat.
Yeah, it's
That's
also
literally why.
like sometimes they say back in like in some cultures or some lore, it basically Nekomata are evil, and some of them they're
Mhm.
just pranksters, others they're guardians. It's all depending on how they're interpreted.
It's all
Um,
depending on the cat because all cats are different, and that's kind of where the stories come from. Like some cats are like really, really mean. You have the asshole cats, like the absolute dickwads. Those kind of cats are said to be like the mean cats, the evil ones, the
yeah.
Nikomata. And then there's like the very protective ones. Like every single cat has a different personality, so
Mm-hmm.
that's why.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree. Let's see. I used to go by the name Cheese Lord. My lore was I own the moon and stuff. And not so. Okay, now I got to the point where chat was actually talking about my background. They said, oh, those are lights. I thought that was a VHS effect thingy. Nope, those are lights, like like RGB lighting going up and down. Um, let's see,
RGB makes you a better gamer. It's true.
and
True
then
story.
oh my gosh, not if you get IQ, and I'll get into that in just after I read this next one. Alestra says this looks like it could be an interview set in Coruscant, Star Wars. It is nice. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm very happy with how it turned out. But yeah, no, it kind of, I guess it could look like Coruscant. Yeah, especially like with the door and stuff. I could see this being a Star Wars like area.
Definitely.
But speaking of RGB, I got to tell everyone in chat, do not install IQ software for managing RGB lighting and stuff, and also checking your temperature for if you have like a Corsair water cooler. Do not download Corsair's IQ software. Because what it does, and it's literally been a complaint everyone has, and they have not fixed it in years. Corsair software, IQ, even if you literally just install it so you can change the RGB on your mouse and mess with it, or your keyboard, it will, like randomly, it will start freezing every program on your PC one at a time until you literally can't get to Task Manager because your operating system froze. Basically, it slowly blue screens your whole PC over the course of like 10, 20 minutes. It slowly
God, I
does
hope I
it.
don't have that installed.
I had streams on this on this new PC. This was like I say this is new. It's not that new anymore, but when I built this on my first month of streaming, I like on the new PC, I had issues where the new PC would slowly start just freezing up during streams. So first, my stream would kind of like OBS would freeze, then the game would freeze, then freaking the desktop itself would freeze, the mouse would freeze, freaking Task Manager wouldn't open. So I'd have to hard shut down. I couldn't find out the issue until I uninstalled IQ, like a bunch of people recommended I do, and after doing that, I fixed it. So
That
yeah,
sounds like a pain in the ass.
it was a big pain in the
I do
ass.
hope I don't have that thing installed.
Hopefully
It's like a
not.
Tuesday.
It sounds like a Tuesday to me, oh man. And then let's see. Trying to make sure laughs and comedian. Oh boy. And then I have serious ADHD brain, so it kind of depends on whether I'm doing on what I'm doing. Whether I prefer long streams or compressed highlight compilations. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. Like sometimes I will be able to watch a whole live stream if but because I'm someone who's always like I only have like 3 days out of the week to try and get out content, so I'm always on that grind unless I'm trying to recharge my batteries of happiness. Because sometimes I'm fighting burnout or depression, and it's just like I need time to myself, so I can't talk to anybody. I just need to watch some anime or something, listen to a podcast, and can relax. Um,
Also very important.
yeah. Oh man, and so, but yeah, no. For me, I love highlight compilations, but I also do like long form content. Like sometimes I will watch a whole ass like 2 hour video essay that somebody made on something, like on why
I
Scooby
love
Doo.
video essays.
Like, and then it could be on why Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated is a really good show, and that could be I could watch that whole 2 hour documentary.
I adore those. I really do love video essays. Like if I'm into a subject, I am like hyper focusing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I will scavenge the internet for every single video there is to find about this shit. I did
Yeah.
that with Undertale and Deltarune, and God, I don't even want to admit how balls deep I am into that.
Balls deep.
It's been 7 years and I'm back into that hell.
You're deep in the iceberg. Oh boy.
I am very deep in the iceberg. That's the thing. Like, if I find an iceberg and it interests me, I will uncover the entire iceberg.
That's me with Halo until 343 took over. When 343 took over, my love of Halo drastically decreased. But like Halo lore is so incredible, and I love talking about it. Just at how deep it goes, like learning how that
It is
universe was
deep.
created, and oh god,
My brother used to be like really into Halo.
it's still, in my opinion, I still like. I've literally have played. I just recently played through, I think 3 of the games on Legendary and beat them, like over the course of like a month, and I had a blast. It like I don't even think it took me a month. I think it took me like 2 weeks. I'm much better at Halo than I thought I was when I was, well, definitely when I was younger. I'm much better now, but oh god, I still love the Halo games that Bungie created. They told such good stories. Also, hello Yamav. Hopefully I said your name right, or is it Yamav?
Yeah,
It's Yamav.
I haven't seen
Hello.
her in forever.
Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Also got more stuff. They said, don't know, TikTok vids are too short for me for anything other than memes. I don't like TikToks. I do like YouTube Shorts. I don't know why that is.
I
Also,
don't
TikTok
like
hates
them either.
VTubers.
It's just the TikTok, like the entirety of TikTok is just what bothers me. It's not
Yeah.
like the specific videos because I can upload the same video on TikTok and on YouTube, but TikTok will bother me anyway because I don't know. It's just the community. It's just the website itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I prefer to have some background noise while working, and if I have to cherry pick the content I'll get too distracted. I don't like an algorithm to determine what I'm allowed to like. That's fair. That's fair. That's especially like with TikTok. Yeah, YouTube's a bit better because I feel like YouTube's algorithm's always been one of the best. It still has
YouTube's
some
algorithm
hiccups.
has sucked lately though.
Kinda,
Like
yeah.
absolutely shit. If I watch a single video on YouTube, it will recommend me the same type of content for the next couple of weeks, even though I have watched a single one of those videos. Like if I look up how to use a hammer, I will get hammer videos for like an eternity. I don't care about hammers. I just wanted to know how to use one, you know? Something like that.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Like, feel like though for me, YouTube, like I don't know, YouTube to me is always kind of recommending me videos that I'll get lost in. Probably because I mean I am subscribed to probably almost over, if not over 3,000 channels by now. I don't
Oh
even
my
doubt it.
gosh.
I subscribe to just any channel that I find interesting, and I won't watch. Like I don't have a channel I watch every day. I just don't. I just like whenever a video will pop in my recommended is when I'll typically watch it. Or if I if it's like 2 videos later in a series, like if they're doing a series like on like Grounded or something, I'll go back and start watching the first video that I missed, and then I'll go watch the second. It's like I never really, I don't know. I'm not someone who watches one person every day or continually goes back to the same person. I kind of just jump around.
I'm a very loyal watcher. Like if I find someone that I really enjoy, like I subscribe easily, but I don't like I'm not always someone that keeps watching the content consistently. It depends on the content, obviously, and on the topic. But I typically only follow things that like I consistently watch pretty much every single channel that I actively watch, you know? I watch every single video.
Yeah.
But that's usually educational content.
Gotcha. I mean, for me, I think the channels I return to the most, well, 3 that I can think of that I return the most right now is Smitty, the milk bag, who's very entertaining. There's Smitty. I also watch Alpharad. I love his content, and then Doug. I don't know if you know any of those 3, but
Not a single one. I'm
they're
very sorry. I bet you're all very cool.
they're all really entertaining. I mean, the question: Do you know the game Stanley Parable?
Hmm.
I only learned this like maybe a year ago, 6 months ago, because it shocked everyone because they just did a stream together. Doug Doug's brother is the developer behind Stanley Parable.
Really? That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Which like makes sense now why Doug knows so much about coding, because maybe him and his brother just learned coding together. But Doug does a whole bunch of content where he mods it so his chat can play games instead of him. So it's he has his chat trying to beat GTA 5 without running into a pedestrian, for instance, or something like that. Or like beat Mario levels with only using commands, like everyone in chat can type things.
Oh shit.
Smitty is a super entertaining guy that basically he's really hilarious. I highly recommend checking him out. It's SMII 7Y because he puts a 7 instead of a T.
Oh, I
Um,
see. Mm.
and then as for Alpharad, he does a lot of Pokemon content that I really enjoy, or Mario content. But especially his Pokemon content's really entertaining to me. I think I originally found Alpharad because he did this really cool idea that no one else had done yet. He took Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and he basically did like a Nuzlocke run on it.
On Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, on
That's
for Ultimate.
interesting.
Yeah, I know. Like because he on the story he decided like he had permadeath and characters he could only recruit once and stuff like that. It was really neat.
Interesting.
Um, really entertaining creators that I really love and respect.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. I'm gonna try to see what chat was also saying. Um, I can't deal TikToks. Wait, it feels so empty. Memes do nothing for me as well. I just can't. I can't just entertained by content. I need to see a love for a subject and streamer, not just jokes and content. I guess that's fair. But I am ancient. Oh my gosh. Been on nostalgia watch binge recently. I've been nostalgia binging some shows too. I just started watching an old anime from 2012 that I've already watched because
Which
I
one?
can't. Have you ever heard of Campione?
Yeah, I have. I have.
Yeah, it's the one about basically the guy is trying to fight the gods. Like and how he can lure. I know it might sound cringe, but the way they handle it actually is kind of good. Basically, the main character, he like every time he kisses a character, they can transfer the information about the god he's fighting to his head, basically through like telepathy or something strange like that. Um, but he fights the gods. Like he can summon like this golden sword that can slay gods as long as he knows enough about them.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
It's a very
I have
interesting
no
show.
idea what to make of that.
It's a very interesting show, but I
Hmm.
mean, like literally, I think episode 3 or 4, he's fighting literally Athena from Greek mythology.
Oh yeah, no, that kind of stuff happens a lot. Like I have seen what's it called again?
Campione.
Ragnarok, I think it was Legend of Ragnarok. Record
Oh,
of Ragnarok, that's the one. Record of Ragnarok, and they fight like every single mythological god. Like they have Greek, they
is
have
that the one where like there was a bunch of clips going around about like this guy who was fighting like Zeus or something?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
need to watch
And
that
then
one.
there's also like this one side character who has massive boobies. Like gigantic fucking honkers. And I know I say this a lot, but like
Yeah, I was
these
gonna say that's that. I feel like if I'm a bit of
no, but these
deja
are like
vu.
actual honkers, and they're so big that they need to be held up by two men.
Wait, I think I've seen that. I've seen that meme. Oh God, I need to watch that show. It sounds so funny to me.
It's
Oh my
it's
God.
really bad, but if you just go into it thinking it's not gonna be good, it's very funny.
Oh
So
man,
you
I'm
can
gonna have
have
to
a good
check it
time.
out. I'm gonna
Don't
have to check
expect it
it.
to be like groundbreaking, but it's very funny.
Hey, sometimes trash shows are the entertaining ones. Like sometimes
Oh
you just
yeah,
need to turn your brain
definitely.
off and just enjoy a show.
I love watching bad movies, and I mean like bad movies, like Rubber and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and stuff.
Rubber is a really bad movie, but I still loved it
Exactly,
as a kid.
exactly, and Sharknado, stuff like that. I love bad movies, like
Sharknado was
Velocipaster.
so cringe. I watched the second one because my marine biology teacher talked the school into letting us watch it for what's the word I'm looking for? Um, what is it? I'm trying. It starts with an E. Not entertainment. It's like teaching.
Infotainment?
Like what's the word that I'm looking for? It means to teach kids and all that. Like basically
Educational?
educational purposes. He told the
Ah, okay.
school, We're gonna watch Sharknado 2 for educational purposes.
It's very educative.
Uh,
Education?
it was a very
Doing
weird
an
movie.
educate. Doing a hack and learn.
Oh my, missed
If you
opportunity.
if you want to watch a bad movie, I can highly recommend Elvis from Outer Space.
Elvis from Outer Space. Okay,
Yeah, it's
interesting.
very good.
I'll have to keep that in mind then.
He knows space kung fu.
Space Kung Fu. Oh my god. Infographic. No, I meant educational. Educational was the word I was looking for. Missed opportunity if that Ragnarok show did not make Atlas carry that woman's boobs. Yep, I mean, it was very entertaining that they did.
I don't think they made Atlas carry her boobs. No, that is definitely a missed
Yeah,
opportunity there.
carry the
They just
world, but
have
instead
like,
carry the boobs.
yeah, exactly. No, she has like these two, almost like golems. They look like they're stone. I
Yeah,
think it's Aphrodite.
that would make sense, knowing
It does
Aphrodite's
make sense.
lore.
I mean, obviously, she would have the freaking honkers,
Oh man. Also, let's
the big
see.
mommy milkers.
Someone in chat just said they like, or a little bit ago. Your grandma just said, "I once made a video essay on the lore of Tetris and Pong."
I would love to see it.
That sounds very
Honestly, I would
interesting.
love to see it.
And also someone in chat goes and says, "See, Ichigo, that's exactly why I know so much about science and coding. I never read a book about how to program in C++. I just watch videos on how to make your own version of Twitter." And then, wait, hold on. I'm trying to also figure out why they said, that's one of the reasons I'm not sure if I would like to stream on YouTube. Not an algorithm that kicks
The
the small
algorithm.
streamers and bolsters the already big ones. Well, here's the thing about YouTube's algorithm. If you compare it to Twitch, like I like streaming on both platforms. I do think YouTube, if they play their cards right, could easily be a better platform than Twitch. For
Well,
one,
it's not that hard to be a better platform than Twitch. Twitch is actually a very, very bad platform. It's really very sucky. It doesn't even have an algorithm that isn't based on money.
exactly, it's not. Like, and it's hard. Like, it's very hard to find new people to watch. It very much
Mm.
is. It,
Like I'm gonna be really honest. I've said this from the start. Like from the very freaking moment I started streaming, I hate Twitch. I know I stream on Twitch. I despise Twitch. I honestly do not like it one bit.
It's every single person I pulled on this show has said that for the most part. Like everyone on here is like has their gripes about Twitch. They also have their gripes about YouTube, but I think everyone on here pretty much agrees like if YouTube just perfected some more of they're doing, they could easily like people would move over to YouTube. Like people have told me that.
Like,
Like I
Twitch is it has a lot of loyalty.
it does. Twitch does.
That's the issue. Like a lot of people just go to Twitch for their go-to. That's it. They just go on Twitch, they scroll on Twitch, and that's all they do. People don't really like watching live streams on platforms like YouTube. In fact, I've heard most people find it very annoying if they're not already used to watching Ninja Sanji and Hololive.
Yeah. I don't like Twitch either. I would totally stream on YouTube if it was easier to start a stream, switch topics. Yeah, that's one thing that sucks about YouTube. You can't. There's no like, if there's not an easy way to change the category, like midstream. Like, say you're gonna go to another game, it's very hard to do that. But when it comes to starting a stream on YouTube, I think that yeah, it can be rough. I like how it creates a waiting room for each stream. So it's like instead of a starting soon screen, you don't even need that because you already have a waiting room set up that people can
You
wait
can
in
still
until they
do
go
both.
live. You
A
can
lot
do
of
both,
people
but
only
I
get
want.
the notification if
Yeah,
the stream is live.
true. So maybe I should do a starting soon screen again. But like I asked my community and they were like, probably just go live because you already have the waiting room up. And especially because their big argument, and I totally agree with this. Once the stream comes a VOD, attention spans. If they're gonna some people might not want to just skip through the intro because they're like, if we have to wait through the stream starting soon screen, I'm not gonna watch this. Whereas like if you just jump straight into it, right from the get go after the waiting room's already set up, it goes. Then when it becomes a VOD, you're already jumping right into it right at the start of the video.
True, but you can just as easily skip it because it's the same thing on Twitch. Then again, nobody really goes through VOD.
On Twitch, they don't. On YouTube, they do.
On YouTube, they don't either a lot. I've noticed.
Depends. It
'Cause
really
when I used to
depends.
stream on, and when I used to stream on YouTube, I had like the VOD I have up still have the same amount of views as when I ended them. You know, like there didn't go there wasn't a lot of change in that number. Maybe three at the very most. But not a lot of people go back to watch a VOD, regardless of the platform,
The
unless you're like a very big streamer.
Well, the big thing is how you go about it. Everyone's experiences are different. I would say I've actually had different results than you because I had one stream that I went live on, um, and it gained another I had 100 views by the end of it, so I had a lot of people sticking around watching the whole thing, a lot of people clicking on it, and after I ended stream, it gained another 100 views over the course of a week because the algorithm kept recommending that stream to people, and the title of it was catching people's eye, which was the furry everyone should worry about because that's what my friend told me to title it. um, it really depends. Like a big thing about YouTube is thumbnails and titles. Honestly, like as
Yeah,
most
true.
people will tell you, tags don't mean shit. People try and say tags might mean anything, but they really don't. It's titles and thumbnails that really get the algorithm going because you're trying to catch people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because even
True.
if the algorithm
They
recommends it,
don't
you
look
gotta get
at the tags that much. The tags don't even show up in searches most of the time.
exactly. It kind of sucks. And yeah, someone in chat right here, fake dogs just said they go through VODs.
Not a lot of people. Not no one.
I would
There isn't
say
a lot of people who goes for VODs.
again, it depends.
I mean, I do it.
I'd say yeah, the majority of people don't, but there is still a large amount of people that do. It's more than you actually probably realize. Like I know of some VTubers who, or even just streamers in general. Like I think Doug's VODs channel, like each of his VODs, I think get like tens, if not hundreds of thousands of views, because people
That's
see
a
the
big channel.
video and they go watch the full video.
That's already a big channel. If we're talking about like Iron Mouse VODs or Hololive or Nijisanji VODs, obviously they're gonna get a lot more views after they've stopped being live. But when it
Hmm.
comes to a smaller streamer, if people see like a very big amount of time, they're less likely to click on it because, if you don't know this person yet, you're not gonna look through an entire VOD just to see what they like. You're gonna look for like edited content, short form content, maybe even shorts.
Well, and that's why YouTube's trying to change the game a little bit, and why they've separated the tabs for live videos, shorts, all that. They're trying to influence people to come to YouTube for that. Like, I feel like something changed because at least for a solid month, they were making big changes to the streaming platform, so that way people would be like, it felt like they're trying to become more of a competitor to Twitch. Like they added
I think they
rating.
still are actually. They're still like they're trying very hard to improve their platform a lot. Like when I streamed on Twitch like over a year ago, at least over a year ago, and it was like pretty bare bones at that point. It's been a lot better recently. It's gotten so
Oh,
much
I was
better.
saying
You
YouTube.
can
I was
raid
saying
now and stuff.
YouTube was making big
Yeah,
changes.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because like
I streamed on YouTube for a bit.
Because like YouTube has added rating, they've added gifted memberships, they've added
Hmm.
a lot of other things. And I know someone in chat asked about how do you rate on YouTube? How do you do shoutouts? How do you sub alerts? There is rating on YouTube. It still seems like it's a bit messy at the moment. Some people have it figured out. I don't fully get it yet. Mainly because I've not done enough research into it. I probably should. Um, and then how do you use shoutouts? You got to set up. You can also set up bots on YouTube chat. I mean, Stream Elements has a bot that works in YouTube chat. Um,
It's
that's
not a Twitch inherent thing. It's just something you teach Stream Elements to do.
exactly. So it's and then seeing as the last one was how do you do sub alerts? I just haven't. If you were asking, I have that turned off. You can do sub alerts easily
It
again through
works the
Stream
same thing.
Elements. Yeah, same
It
thing.
works the same as on Twitch. Like it's literally the very same mechanic. You just switch the platform.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like you can easily and again, it all depends on what you want to do. Like for me, the reason I do my talk show on YouTube, there's a couple of reasons. One, I think that making a thumbnail makes people want to click on it, and because it's a show, I want people to watch the whole thing. And so I want once this becomes a VOD, people can watch the whole thing, and I like that. Um, Two, people can rewind this live. I don't know if you know that about YouTube streams, but you can rewind them while they're live, and then, huh?
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can rewind like this live stream as long as it's been saved as a VOD. You can rewind it any time, so people could go rewind right now, go listen to what I said 5 seconds ago, and then be like, "Oh well, I want to catch up. I want to hear what's going on now that it's live again." So they click the button that's now grayed out. It has a gray circle and says live. If you click it, it then will bring you up and back to where we are live right now. So
Oh,
you can rewind.
I had no idea.
Yeah, you can rewind YouTube live streams while they're live. It's super nice.
That is
Um,
very nice.
there's a lot of features I like about YouTube. I do think Twitch has better clipping, better rating culture. Again, there's pros and cons to both platforms. Don't get me wrong. Both platforms
Mhm.
have their goods and bads. And I mean, you could say, here's the thing: on Twitch, you got hot tub streamers who are exploiting their nudity and simpantry. But if you go to YouTube, people can freaking do naked yoga on here, and just as long as they label it as educational. So there's goods and bads to both platforms. Um,
I
uh,
sometimes flag mine as hot tub streams just because I don't want to get banned by the algorithm because I say a lot of sussy shit, you know?
oh my gosh. Is this show only for VTubers? No, it's not. I want to, like, the big thing I want to do is I want to figure out how I'm going to have people who aren't VTubers on here. Well, there's two methods I can do. I can do the same thing with the chroma keying if people are in VR chat, for instance, and I can chroma key them out so they look like they're sitting on the couch, or I get, like, a TV basically hovering above the couch that looks just like is for webcams and VR chat, face cam streams, stuff like that. Green screen me. I very well might. I want to get you on here, Kellen, at some point. That's my friend Kellen in chat. Somebody I met in VR chat. They said, Illustra says, I would not really go through VODs from a stranger. I would watch to see a streamer and I know her reaction if I know the content they are playing as well. Would it require me to know the two elements? Yes. That's a big part. That's why, for me, I think VODs, if you create a VODs channel, it's going to do shit. Unless you're a big streamer. I'm going to say it right now.
Mhm.
VODs channels are just for saving the moments you want to save. If you're going to have a VODs channel for Twitch. They only do well if you are a big streamer. However, if you have a main YouTube channel where you do a stream that becomes a VOD, different whole ball game in my opinion. Because that stream has, like, from start to finish, even while it's live, will have the same be in the algorithm while it's live and after it's live. So the whole thing is there for people to watch. So it's like it's both it is a VOD, yes, but it was live on YouTube, and YouTube tends to make those get seen more, in my opinion, from what I have had on my end. Like I had a stream that I would have done crap if I did on Twitch, which was Choo Choo Charles. But on YouTube, I did it on YouTube, and I had averaged 20 viewers, which I normally don't average that high. And by the end of it, I had 700 views on the video, on the live stream. So, and again, everyone's experiences are different. It's all about the different ways you want to do things. It's like, again, make content. What it comes down to is make the content you want to make, but especially if you want to be successful, make the content you think other people will watch. You know,
Yeah, I agree with that.
in my experience,
Definitely don't go into content that you don't like yourself. But
exactly.
you gotta you gotta look at two perspectives. One being like, what would the audience watch? If you don't enjoy your own content, your audience isn't gonna enjoy it either. So you also need that kind of personal attachment to it.
I mean, post everywhere. You know, use every platform to your advantage and see what you like. And a big thing is if you are gonna stream on Twitch, you got like, and there's only a couple people who are exceptions to this, but you got to make content on YouTube as well. Because unless you got people clipping you and posting those clips, you got to make content yourself to showcase your content in a different light. Still waiting on Jenny feet. What do you fucking mean by that? I'm not gonna post. I'm not gonna like post pictures of my feet on the internet. I'm sorry. What the hell? But yes. Oh man. But I'm curious, what made you want to get into VTubing?
I just wanted to.
Well, how did
I
you
just felt
discover
like
it?
it, honestly.
Well, then how did you discover VTubing?
I discovered Hololive.
Oh, really?
That's kind of where it started.
Which VTuber did you discover first?
Mio.
Mio?
Welcome.
Ah, I like Mio.
She's the first one I found.
She's funny. I like Mio.
Yeah, I love her. She used to be my favorite. I mean, obviously because she was the first one I found, but she used to be my favorite mostly for that reason. And then I discovered the rest, and very soon Hachima took my entire heart, and
Hachima's
still
so
has it.
unhinged.
I love Unhinged. Unhinged is my favorite. Like my favorite streamer right now is Kureji Oli. Because I don't know, I just vibe with her very well. But before that, it's been Hachima for years, like literal years.
Oh man, yeah. I will be right back, by the way. If you want to talk to chat for a brief second, I just need to see my mom apparently needs me for something real quick, so I'll be right back.
Ooh, it's time for me to take over. Buckle up, buckaroos.
Yes.
Is he gone? Is it safe? Safe-ish? I guess. Alright, guys, it's my stream now. I'm taking over. Stop watching Hololive. Became too many members, honestly. Honestly, that's me with Niji Sanji. Niji Sanji has been pooping out members for, like, a bit over a year. Like, crazy. Like, absolutely ridiculous amounts of members. On and on and on and on. Like, new wave after new wave after new wave. Holy crap. Safe-ish? Safe-ish it is. And I did see you send me the video essays. I am going to watch the hell out of it. But like, let me just go on a rant for Nichi Sanji, right? Because like I know their previous
Sorry about that.
audition just ended like not even a month ago, and then they opened another audition this month. Like besties,
The
calm
Niji
down.
Sanji?
They're like 3 months behind.
Talk about Niji Sanji?
Yeah, we're talking about Nichi Sanji.
Yeah, no, I saw Evanito's video talking about how he thinks Niji Sanji should stop doing auditions because, for one, they
Yes,
just let go of
they
somebody.
should.
They have too many talents. You can't keep up with them all. Like,
I know.
it's like, I don't.
They need to stop.
Yeah, I don't think they will, though. I really don't.
No, but
Uh,
they got it. Because they're just pooping out gen after gen, and it's like the quality is declining. Let me just put it like
oh,
that.
it is. Very
They
much.
they had very good waves, and then after the immense success of Luxium, they got Noctix, and they were immensely successful as well. And they're like, you know what, we can milk this, and then they did, and they did it entirely wrong, and everything got milked far too much.
Because here's the thing,
qualifications that they had.
the last gen I've really kept up with, or that I was interested in, was the one that introduced Kyo and Scarla. I mean, even then, I haven't kept up as much. I mean, I don't really keep up with any VTubers, to be honest. I just kind of watch clips of them because I don't have time for their
Honestly, I was
streams.
kind of excited for that wave, but it turned out to be surprisingly mid. And that's not like, and it's not anything against the streamers themselves. It's just like the models that they got were not that interesting to look at, you know?
No, I
And the
gotta be
lore,
honest,
I
yeah.
know they get to make the lore stuff and stuff themselves, which is kind of cool, but not that interesting. Like, they had this school thing going on, and then they tried to mix that with the gen after that, which is weird. We've never had that kind of gen intermingling like that directly.
That did happen with
I don't think.
Hololive as well, with Hollow Stars English. Technically, I believe the Hollow Tempest was the first one, right? And then there was a
Yeah,
second. I don't know what the
they
second
also
group
called it
was.
Toilet Tempest, I believe. The
Basically,
second
they
group's
released.
also.
Really? Yeah, but they basically released another group of like 5, I think, or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they got 2 waves of the boys now, and I actually missed the second wave. Like, I didn't find out until like 2 weeks later. I
Yeah.
totally missed that.
Like, I heard
But
they were gonna do
they're
it,
actually very
and
entertaining.
then I
I
missed
really
it.
like them.
Yeah, no. I saw a clip recently of what's his? I don't know his name, but he like wears purple, um, and I don't know his name, but he's like super funny. Like, I just saw a clip today. I was like, I need to find out who this guy is. He was so funny. I think I'll add a Hollow Tempest. Also, by the way, sorry if I keep interrupting you.
It's okay.
I think I really like Vesper from Hollow Tempest.
Oh, he's funny.
I
He's
love
great.
his stories, and he has such a wholesome personality.
He does. I
Uh,
also like Magni. Magni is like my kind of unhinged, you know? I like
yeah.
his bullshit energy.
Wasn't Magni the one who got like them all together to do like a fake like court case thing?
Oh, that could be. I don't know who
Judge
started that
Magni.
one.
I think it was Magni. I think Magni did
Could
pull them all
be.
together. That was
Hmm.
such an entertaining thing, and I want to steal that idea. Just like get some VTubers and host a fake court case. Like have like two VTubers like have like the defense and the like what is it? Like have the defendant, have the accuser, have them both have a lawyer, and then have the guy who speaks for the jury, and then I'll be the judge. I think that'd be so funny.
That does sound kind of funny.
Oh
I once
man.
had this idea for like a murder mystery.
Ooh, that'd be a good one. Who
Yeah,
mur?
I thought it was really fun. It was like when I was still in like a very active group, and we were like, oh, we should do a stream together. And I thought of doing a murder mystery, and then only one person would know that they're the one that did it, and everyone else would know that they didn't do it. So it would be very funny to have like that kind of
How do you
investigation
set
going
that
on.
up? Like, without
I
you knowing
haven't
the
really
answer
figured that
yourself?
one out yet, but
Because,
it was only a thought, but it was kind of funny to get there.
I guess what I would do, I guess I'd pick one. Like, I guess if I were to try to set something like that, I'd grab a group of VTubers or streamers. I'd pick one to be the one who's gonna be like the actual murderer, but I'd leave hints that like and give everyone alibi. They like, I don't
Yeah,
know. It'd be
that
hard to
isn't
set
so.
up, but like I want to figure that out. I feel like that could be fun to figure out.
Mm.
Oh man. Also, that fake dog said she sent you the video essays.
Yeah, I did see.
Noise, noise. Um, but yeah, no. Oh man, I don't know. I also like I applied. I'm not gonna say to which one, but I did apply to an agency, and I don't think I actually do want to apply to another one. I kind of like being an indie streamer. I think there's bonuses to being in a business. They got your back legally. They might have like lawyers to help you if you need to get out of hot water. They might be like for one, they can help keep your schedule. But I feel like you're also very limited by what you want to do.
Well, depends. I mean, it certainly isn't for everybody to be an agency. For
Yeah.
some people, it works great because obviously it offers them an opportunity to grow their content under a different label, but just like grow in that sense of the word. And for some people, it really just doesn't work because they don't want to stick to the rules of the agency. You gotta see it as like a job where you're dealing with customers. You can't just say everything. That's not how it works. And that's kind of the thing where a lot of Ninja Sanji streamers kind of take the wrong route because they stop applying their filter once their debut stream is over. And that's bad because you work for a company and you should be
Yep.
respectful towards that. And you should be behaving as a professional instead of, just an indie streamer.
Yep.
It's
Yep. Yep.
completely fine being an indie streamer and saying every kind of bullshit. It's totally okay, but you can't do that in a company. So it definitely isn't for everybody. Also, it does limit you in the sense of you're not allowed to do certain games or certain songs or certain kind of streams. You're not allowed to use certain kind of words, stuff like that. You have to be very careful about your presence online in general.
Yeah. No, totally agree. I totally agree. You got to be very careful, and also, I feel like again, yeah, you're right. You got to be respectful to your agency. Like like that was a big thing. Like that's the whole reason one of them got let go from Niji Sanji because they did not uh have their filter and said some
Some
really
whole life,
horrible
they
things.
definitely have some rules.
Yeah. Also, apparently they were
I mean,
liking.
there's been a couple of fuck ups lately, as we can say that. I think.
Yeah, yeah, there
I
have
think
been.
there still are a couple of very questionable things going on within Nichisanji, that have really put me off watching the streamers. Not gonna lie. Like, I mean, for some people it works. Don't get me wrong. For some people, it's totally okay to watch that. Just makes me uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, and then my friend Reiku, like he even sent me, he had put a picture, like he sent me a picture about one of his tweets that popped off because he replied to their termination notice about oh I don't even remember her name because to be honest I didn't even watch that gen. I didn't even know that they debuted when whoever her name was the one that got
Is the latest one?
yeah who was her
Ooh.
name I
Is
don't
it the one that got suspended?
the one who got even like suspended and then like forcibly graduated basically.
Yeah, that's Zion.
Who? What's her name?
Zion Lanza.
Zion. Okay. Yeah, no. My friend basically he replied there saying terminations or like was it like Niji Sanji's termination speed run basically, and that tweet apparently popped
Yeah,
off.
that really was the fastest suspension we've ever seen.
Yeah, it was
And
pretty
then
dang
the
quick.
fastest termination we've ever seen as well. Like they've had to they've let go of a lot of members recently.
Yeah, no, it's
I
uh
don't necessarily disagree with all of their choices there. I do think Zion um was a bit of she needed a bit more of a filter. Like really, if you work for
yeah.
a company, you just need that kind of filter. You can't really do that kind of stuff.
Yep, very much so. And also probably don't like apparently she was liking tweets that were like bashing Niji Sanji or sending hate
Yeah.
their way while she was suspended,
Yeah, she did that on her personal account.
which is just like like
Which is it's just kind of petty if you ask me. Like if you
mhm.
get suspended and it's your own fault because like this was definitely her own fault.
Oh yeah.
Even the viewers support that this was her actual own fault. And
Apparently
then
she
there's
also was
like
playing
a group of
copyright
people.
music on her streams too, and she was told not
Yeah,
to.
she did. She also faked sponsorships and stuff like that. She lied to
Oh
staff.
my
She lied to her
god.
genmate. She lied to pretty much everybody that was
Bro.
on there. Like I read the whole notice, and I'm not sure like how truthful that is, obviously, because I am not there. I don't know the story. I only hear one side. Um, and I'm sure that she's still continuing on her content on her own private kind of her own private accounts and stuff like that. I have no idea which one they are, but I'm sure a lot of her fans have found her that way. So she did get something out of it, I bet. I hope that
Yeah.
there's no harassment though. Like that would be awful.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve to get
But
harassed for
yeah,
it, no. Nobody deserves to get harassed.
someone got terminated in 3 days. Wasn't that in Hololive?
Not entirely sure.
I thought like in Hololive with Aloe.
Uh
I think Aloe was terminated before she even properly debuted.
I think something like that. Because she wasn't around long enough for me to know anything about her.
So it's like the was the fourth Hololive gen, I think. Oh, and Nichi Sanji. It was a dude. Oh, I didn't know that.
It was a dude in Niji Sanji. Interesting. So, but for Hololive, yeah, it was a girl who got terminated very quickly. But I think it had some. I don't know what it was. I don't remember what happened with her.
It was because she showed off her model before. She streamed with her model and she showed it off before she officially had her debut, and she refused
Oh
to take
God.
those down.
Interesting. Yeah. What? Who is screaming? I think there must be like a football game or something going on. My family's screaming at the TV. And it like out in the living room. So apologize if you can hear that. Oh my god. But man, I don't. The biggest thing I do think, honestly, I've always liked the idea of being in a group. Like I do like that, being in a group of people that you continue to meet back up with, and do things with. The only thing that
Having a group is really fun.
it is having a recurring group, but I also do like branching out and doing things with other people. You know?
Yeah, but being in a group doesn't necessarily limit you to that specific group. Like
Yeah.
being in Hololive doesn't limit you to Hololive. It limits you in a certain way that your managers will have to talk to each other, but it doesn't always
Yeah.
limit you to specifically Hololive. Same goes for Nichi Sanji. Same goes for pretty much every group. Especially if you have an indie group, they don't give a shit. If you have a group of friends, it's very fun to plan collabs with and stuff like that, but they don't give a shit if you plan with someone else as well, you know?
Yeah.
I have been in the majority of groups that have fallen apart. They always have like very ambitious ideas, like, oh, we're going to be this kind of creator group, and we want to do this, and we want to do that, and we're gonna have a lot of friends around the world. It never works, okay? It never works. It doesn't. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to y'all. Just being in a group on a whim, it doesn't work, okay? You gotta be friends first. You gotta be
Yep.
friends.
You gotta
This
be
is not
friends.
Hololive. This is not Nichi Sanji. You don't make your content like that, okay? Just make friends and make that a group if you gotta. Just don't make a group out of the blue.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why, like, even if when you're getting a collab with people who've never met up with each other before, it can be a bit weird. It might be good to get them to know each other beforehand, you know?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
like it's I'm pretty okay talking. like in a chatting collab, I'm pretty okay with that because I can talk anyway. Like, you just leave me alone, and I'll blabber myself away. Like, I am a chat box. But if it's a game, I don't necessarily know if I'm going to like playing a game with everybody because I have a certain game style and everyone else has a certain game style, and I'm not particularly good at games. So for
Yeah,
me, it's always a bit of a tricky thing. And this goes for
gotcha.
every game, not just like proper co-op games. It goes for literally Among Us, you know? I don't always like playing with strangers.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's fair. That's fair. Oh man. I don't know. That's why also I like doing honestly, when it comes to collabing with someone I've never met before, I actually think that this talk show is my favorite way of doing it because I get to sit down and get to really know somebody before I even consider doing anything else with them.
Hmm.
There's a lot more I want to do too, and I want to bring together a lot of people, especially that I talk to on this show. I want to bring them together and do various things like my tournaments I've been trying to host, which I'm planning to get more get another one set up here soon. I need to figure out how I'm gonna do it. The big thing that I'm also trying to set up is my game show because I think I'll have a lot of fun hosting that as well.
Game
Um,
show would be fun.
oh yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It won't be live. It will not be live. It'll be recorded, so it'll be an edited video because doing it live would make it a bit messy. Um,
I mean, yeah, probably. But sometimes messy is fun. Like, I don't know, for me, all my streams are messy. I have embraced the scuff. I already know that I'm not gonna make any content that's any kind of good. So I'm just kind
yeah,
of making it my brand.
gotcha. Oh my god, I think you could make good content. I think you really could, especially if you had like if you edited some of your clips. Like, I mean, I was shocked that the first clip I uploaded to that channel did so well. The one I uploaded of you,
Hmm.
that one
It
got
did
over a
actually do
thousand
very well.
views.
Damn.
I mean, I guess I did pick a really good title, like The Secret to Big Booba, and then the thumbnail I wrote Grand Theft Booba, which I
Yeah,
guess.
that helps.
But hey, I mean, I hope it helped you a little bit. Maybe you got gained some followers or something, and if not, at least hey, maybe you got noticed a little bit more.
Really got a good laugh out of it. Out of it. Like, I really appreciate that clip.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. Let's see. Also, someone in chat just wrote, "Groups are fun. I think there's is too much focus on showing how to VTube professional. I think there should be room just to have just have VTubing be fun, and explore as a hobby as well. I do agree with that." And then they said, "And I think VTubers groups can show that elements." And I think VTuber groups can show that elements. Just have fun creating with friends. Yeah, some of them do. Some of them do.
Question arises like, why do you need a group? Why can't you just have like a group of friends without a name, without a logo, without anything that's even remotely uniform? Why can't you just have fun with friends in general? You don't necessarily need a group for that. I have been in a multitude of groups because people have asked me.
Yeah.
And I say yes because I like hanging out with people. It doesn't mean that those groups are my primary source of collabs, actually. I hardly ever
Yeah.
collab with anyone inside those groups, but I did have a good time just chatting with these people and having fun together. And we join each other's community nights and stuff like that. That's very fun, but you don't need a group to make content together. In
Yeah.
fact, I have made it a point for every single group that I've been in to not have to like announce it. Because like as of now, I am literally in three groups. I'm not going to prioritize one of them. And they've all agreed to that. It's not in my name, it's not in my bio. I'm in them because I like it and I like the people that are in there. But I don't give a shit about like how well the group does. I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. I'm not here to make streaming my income. Like at least not at the moment. I just don't have the time for that. I don't have the income for that. I don't
Yeah.
have the responsibility for that at the moment. If I could one day, that'd be great. I just know it's not gonna be right now.
Yeah. And that's fair. That's very fair. I think that one of the big bonuses though to being in a group, like for me, I do like being solo as well. I like doing with everyone, but I think one of the big appeals to being in a group is you can really band together and just try to perfect each other's content, and it helps make the communities want to watch everyone because you're such a intertwined group that they're like, well, this person's always playing with this person, so I'm gonna go watch this person.
Yes, but also no. That's how it works in groups like in some of the bigger groups. Not necessarily Nichi Sanji Whole Life, the big boys, but like in some of the bigger groups, that's definitely how it works. That's absolutely the case. When it comes to indie groups that have like an average of maybe 10 viewers or maybe not even 10 viewers, it really comes down to just supporting each other. That's
Yep.
nothing else than that. Like you're literally just there and that's one extra viewer. You don't necessarily always bring your own community with that because they don't necessarily enjoy the other people's content. And
Hmm.
I've like I don't want to be like rude or anything, but I've always been in groups that have a lower viewer count than me, and I don't care about that. I will rate them nonetheless. I will have fun nonetheless, but they always have had like a lower viewer count than I do. Um, but it's not necessarily the thing where my viewers suddenly become their viewers or their viewers become my viewers just because we collab a lot. Like they pop in once in a while, and that's it. They say hi, they say bye, and then I'm left with the same amount of viewers again. So it doesn't really work that well.
Yeah. I mean, that happens. That happens sometimes. Again, like I keep saying, everyone's experience on the platform is different. There's no true, real, right or wrong way of making content or making groups, making friends, doing whatever. Content
Oh,
creation
there is.
is a vast sea. Yes, if you want to stand out, you gotta do something to get noticed. Like, you gotta do something. But a lot of it is just make what you want to make. I mean, the whole like YouTube was literally created not to be people's careers. YouTube originally was just a site where people could post funny videos that they want to share with the internet. Be like, oh hey, look at my cat, just like face planting into a window. Yeah,
I
that
remember when YouTube didn't even pay.
yeah, YouTube used to not pay its creators at all. I remember
Yeah,
actually
because
like
it was
learned it that from Game Grumps, or was it Game Grumps? No, what is it? Smosh, I believe. I believe Smosh is one of the oldest YouTube channels, and I believe at first they were not getting paid. But then
no.
YouTube and like they were originally going to sign up for working with somebody. I think actually that's a big reason why Machinima was big. I think Machinima was the first people to like pay
Yep.
creators to put
Mhm.
things on the
Mhm.
internet, and then YouTube
And
started
then
paying
that.
creators.
Yeah, because a lot of like the old channels that a lot of people watch, like Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Cinnamon Toast Can, like the big channels, they just started uploading videos because they wanted to. They were just having fun, and at some point, they received like an affiliation or like some kind of monetary compensation. They were all like, "I got paid for this? What the
Mm-hmm.
hell?" So everybody was very surprised about that because it doesn't like YouTube started out, it was very small, and then it blew up. Like I remember when YouTube started, and it was literally just cat videos that people
Yeah.
edited. Funny though. I miss
Yeah.
that area of YouTube. Just cat memes.
Just cat memes. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. YouTube is something like just content creation in general. It's mainly should be going into it as a hobby. Do it because you enjoy it. Do what you enjoy. Don't go in just expecting success, and don't go in just for the money or just for the views. Go in and
Oh, if
put.
you're going in for the money, you're going to be so incredibly disappointed because there's no money to be made here. Okay, I get like $100 a month. That's not enough to pay me.
Yeah.
That's not enough to pay the bills.
And
It
and
just ain't. It just ain't a lot.
And here's the thing with YouTube, and like you gotta think the YouTube and Twitch are very different. YouTube, a lot of the
Mhm.
money is made from advertisers. That's always been the case. Yeah, memberships have been added now, so there's like subs and gifted subs basically on YouTube, but it's like most people probably aren't gonna want to pay. I mean, super chats have become popular now on YouTube, yes, mainly because of the bigger VTubers, but you have to unlock that first. Um, and whereas with Twitch, most of the income isn't from ads, which Twitch doesn't fucking understand. I mean, they're trying to push ads down people's throats now to a point where they're chasing people away from the platform. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, they're literally telling partners if you don't run enough ads, you can't be a Twitch partner anymore. Like, it's really bullcrap.
Honestly, I don't see the appeal of being a partner since you still get a 50-50 split nowadays.
I think at this point it's just for the check
Just for the
mark.
title. Honestly, you don't even get the 50% that they tell you you get. Twitch is lying to you. Twitch is lying to you, like dead ass. They take like 55 to 60%. Don't fall for it.
Yep, yep. it very much sucks,
It does.
but when it comes to like the whole thing on Twitch, if you're trying to make money on Twitch, don't you can't rely on ads. And another thing you also can't rely on, Twitch is centered around people's kindness. Are they willing to throw money your way? And a lot of
I was
people,
about to say it's not on kindness, it's about money. Twitch's
uh-huh.
algorithm is solely based on money. You
Well, no,
get
I'm
hype
saying
trains because
it is, but it is
yeah.
based on kindness because it's based on what are gonna want to give you out of the kindness of their own heart. Like, do they want like it's up to the subs? It's like, okay, well, I want to sub to Ichigo today. I want to show my support. I'm gonna be kind. I'm gonna show off my kindness. I want to support her. Give her some money, and that is something that Twitch
Oh,
is entirely
kindness.
revolved around.
I wouldn't necessarily call it kindness. Generosity, maybe, but not necessarily kindness, because I think people can still be kind in a lot of other ways by just sticking around even if they can't
Well,
afford a
yeah,
sub.
I mean, true. I mean, like, yeah, generosity is
But
the better
yeah,
word for it. But yeah,
Twitch's algorithm is solely based on money. You only you only pop up in recommended if you're above a certain amount of subs. Or if you've had a hype train or anything like that, if you've had any kind of monetary support. You will never see unaffiliated channels in there. Like, that just doesn't happen. Unless they literally just started yesterday. Because Twitch is trying to push that. I am actually thinking of canceling my affiliation entirely because I just don't think it's worth it. I have been affiliated so long, and I've had like not the worst luck ever with Twitch. I'm doing okay-ish. I get like an average between 50 and 80 subs, sometimes 100 or more, every month. But I just feel bad about it. I can't feel good about receiving that amount of money, knowing that at least the same amount is going to Twitch. Like,
yeah,
it's not my money, it's my viewers' money. And
because
they
Twitch
don't
takes a lot.
know that they're paying that much to a company
YouTube,
that doesn't need it.
yeah, and the YouTube, it still has the 70-30 split.
Yeah, unless you're paying from an iPhone.
Hmm.
Oh, didn't you hear? If you're sending a super chat on an Apple device, Apple takes like 20%.
Why?
I don't know, because Apple thought they needed the money or something like that. But that's the thing. That's the thing nowadays that people don't know about. So yeah, if you're on an Apple device, switch over to desktop, please. Don't send your money to Apple. Not worth it.
Yeah, no, screw
It's the
that.
same thing as don't sub on Twitch. Just don't do it anymore. Just if you want to support a streamer, donate. Please, just donate your money. Donate the same amount. Donate $2. They get more from that $2 than that they get from your sub. I can promise you that.
The only thing that
I
sucks
know
about
a
opening
sub
a
is
dono
$4. I
page,
never get $2.
the only thing that sucks about opening a donation page, there's a couple things. One, people can charge back, and typically you will lose. Typically, you'll actually have to pay back the money that they donated. Two, no, actually, I have actually three
People can
things.
charge back for Twitch as well.
Yeah, the two, well, not through Twitch subs. At least they can,
No,
but
but
you
they
won't get
can
in
charge
trouble.
back through PayPal, and then Twitch would charge you. So, same thing applies.
Hmm. I've never seen that on my
It
end.
happens.
Um, but at that point, it's a little bit different because donations. A lot of people, I feel like, start. Well, and here's that third issue I was going to bring up, which is, you then have to do the tax in your head. You have to do all that. You have to add up all the taxes because Twitch, at least once you get your paycheck, once they give you your thing, they have, at the end of the year they give you a form that literally tells you how much you made. And you can just give that to your uh, like the tax people or whatever that you have that you submit your
Not pay
stuff to.
taxes.
You gotta pay taxes in America.
I mean, you gotta pay taxes everywhere. Doesn't mean I do. It's a small amount. They're not gonna look for that. If you're making under $1,000 a month, or like under a certain amount of, like even under a couple hundred a month,
Depends
don't
on
pay
your
the taxes.
country. Depends on your country. America, if you make over $600 a year and you're not putting on your tax on
Really?
taxes, they will
I
come
mean, they
after
say that over
you.
here, but I've been streaming for 2 years and I've been getting a consistent amount for 2 years, and I don't think I ever had any problems with taxes.
America likes their money.
Yeah, fair. This do be America. No, but like I have had absolutely zero problem with getting over $100 every month. Sometimes it's a bit more, sometimes it's a bit It's actually never less, but sometimes it's a bit more. But I've never had any issues with that when it comes to taxes. Like, no one's ever come for me like, "Hey, you know that $100 you get every month? I want a cut of that." No one's ever done that. And I've been making a lot of money on the side with other things like art and other things on PayPal, stuff like that. And I never get any problem with that. Even though all my money basically comes from PayPal, taxes never actually got a hang of that. Because I make under a certain amount every month.
Yeah, it just again, it all depends on everyone's situations, but you gotta be careful. I mean, again,
Honestly, calculating your taxes isn't that hard either. Just keep track of it.
yeah.
That's what you have to do when you own a business anyway.
Mhm. Yep. But I think that's why a lot of people like at least when it comes to donations, that's the weird thing. It's trying to figure out how to calculate that as a business. Some people find that a bit hard.
If you want to stream for a living and you're trying to do this actively as someone who makes content, and you want to make your money off of that, then you gotta treat it like a business. If you're not
Yep.
treating it like a business, it's never going to treat you like a business owner, and you're not gonna make that money.
Let's see. And also, let's see. I am rich and successful in the universe where YouTube started out with the dog videos. Knowing that is enough for me, even if I live in the cat universe. Gotcha. I mean, you can be very passionate about making birdhouses, but in order to make money selling birdhouses, you're going to have to do some research and advertising and streamline your production.
Mm-hmm.
Same applies to programming.
Exactly.
Same applies to streaming. Yes, you got to advertise. That's why I think, edited videos, like, you got to
It's
do
not
that.
just advertisements. You gotta know what kind of business you're entering, and you gotta live up to the game.
Yeah, you do. And you also got to network. You got to, like, it's not clout chasing, it's networking. There's a difference there. Cloud chasing is just going after people just for the cloud. Networking is generally trying to make friends and connections at the same time. Like, you're trying to make a friend, but also a lot of the time by making friends, you're growing yourself, and you're also might be growing them. Mutual growth is in my opinion, the best way to go about it. If you find someone that you try and help grow through your content, and if they're trying to help you grow by just by having you around, or maybe they're making content showcasing you, that's the best way to grow. Again, networking is something that I think a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are lacking on YouTube and Twitch and all that. It's get your name out there. You have to.
I mean, yeah, but also realize that a lot of people don't necessarily want to grow, and that they're just doing this as a hobby and just doing this for fun. And sometimes that's enough. I think
Well,
that's a
yeah, yeah. Well,
perfectly
of course
valid
that's.
reason to be a streamer as well.
Well, yeah, totally. I'm just saying, like, if you're just doing it for fun, yeah, do that. But if you want to be successful, I think a big thing a lot of people are shirking on, that people are trying to, be, because a lot of people are in this to try and become successful. You cannot say there aren't. There's a frick ton of people who are in
Oh yeah,
here.
absolutely.
I mean,
There's a lot of
I
people
will.
that are going into this like solely to make money, and that's also the kind of people who are immediately losing out.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The people who are going in this, you got to go in to network. You got to go in to advertise yourself. You got to go in to enjoy what you're making, and also make content that you think other people will enjoy. There's a lot of factors to making content. A ton.
Mm.
You know.
You also just gotta be an enjoyable personality to watch. I feel like that's something that's overlooked or maybe just ignored more often than not.
Yeah.
Um, I hate to break it to a lot of people, but the reason that so many people are just stuck at 2 to 3 viewers is because they're simply not entertaining to watch.
No,
This
I'm
isn't
boring.
incurable.
I
This is
know
like
I'm
something.
boring.
No, it's not necessarily anybody I know. It's just that I see a lot of people complaining about, oh, I've been stuck at 2 viewers for a year. Like, I'm sorry, but there is something wrong with your stream in that case. It's not like nobody is finding you, it's just that nobody is watching you. So something is off in your streams. Either it is your equipment, like your camera quality might be ass, or your microphone might be horrible and sounds like a microwave, or maybe you're just simply not entertaining. Like, it's tough pill to swallow, but if you're not entertaining, you gotta work on that. You gotta learn from the people that are
Learn
entertaining.
how to be entertained. Like for a great example, like and honestly, I don't. I think I suck at streaming by myself. I think that I'm so bad because for one, I like I don't have an active chat in my, or an active community to chat with in my chat, so I can't play off of my chat. So when I'm playing, but I've noticed that when I stream a single
Well, you
player game,
shouldn't
and
be dependent on your chat.
well, I mean, well, here's the thing. I am a bad reactor. I am a very boring reactor because I'm not crazy. I'm not insane. I don't scream I'm on my period like PewDiePie did when he was starting out. I don't
I mean,
talk
you
about
you do
stealing
realize
big
there are
booba.
a lot of comfy streamers that gain a lot of following.
Oh
Not
yeah.
everybody has to be like a chaotic gremlin to simply
Yeah.
gain followers or be entertaining. Like you just have to be an entertaining personality. You have to speak to a certain kind of niche, and if you don't find your niche, it's gonna be very hard to grow.
Exactly. That's also why I'm trying to change up my content because for the longest time I have been trying to do funny moments, but I feel like I'm better suited for one, talk shows, game shows, and I think scripted content will be better for me because I think that if I make video essays, I think I'd be doing a lot better because people seem to think I'm a lot better when I narrate stuff. So I think I'd be better like a video essay format than trying to, entertain. I mean, I'm still gonna stream if I want to enjoy myself. Like I love, like for instance, like I loved playing through Halo on Legendary, and I'm shocked that those streams did well, to be brutally honest, because I thought for sure my viewership would suck, but I had like 10 people watching me do play through that, and I was like, I don't know why you're watching me. I'm just like I don't know. I guess because it is hard, it's a challenge technically because I am playing the game on the hardest difficulty, but I don't know. It's like I get shocked just like when people watch me because to be honest, I don't enjoy for me, I don't enjoy making coming with fake reactions. And I'm not clever enough to come up with like the things like some of my friends do. Like my friend Chronic, who I run a podcast with, he can pick up an orange in VR chat, right? He'll pick up an orange and he'll just go on a rant. So he'll come up with the whole story about how when he was younger and he was like held hostage by people, he fucked an orange out of sheer desperation. It's just like
I mean, sometimes those kind of stories can feel kind of forced as well. Like,
that one
it's
was it
a
was it made
skill to
everyone
have. I'm not
laugh.
gonna lie. It's definitely a skill to have. But sometimes when I see compilations like that, obviously not every content is for every type of person. For me, it's just not the kind of content that I enjoy because when I see a person like that and they picking up something and they make go in a whole tangent, usually it's just not funny and you can just hear them racking their brain to think of something when they had like an orange.
If they're not good
Um,
at improv, they'll rack their brain, and that's me.
Not
I'm the bad
necessarily.
improv. My friend Chronic, on the other
Sometimes it's
hand,
just, sometimes it's just like very, very forced. When it's like a genuine story, it's a different kind of story. But like when it's when they're just racking their brain and just like, oh, what can I say about an orange? And then you just go on a tantrum about how they don't know what to say about an orange by somehow saying something about an orange. I don't know. It's just not my type of content, even though it can be very funny.
that's what I'm saying. I'm the one that you'd be like, oh, he's just racking his brain. I'm not good at coming up with stuff. What I'm saying is Chronic. It's not a matter of racking his brain. Immediate within seconds, he picks up the orange. There's no hesitation. He's like, yeah, I remember. I looked at this orange. I fucked an orange when I was younger, and just everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, yeah, no, in 1979, I killed my mother and had a fucking orange, and like he is this he's the one of those people. He's like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye or like those bigger content creators that like it clicks for them. It's just immediate, like no hesitation. They just like they let their brain go on autopilot and they don't have that hesitation. They just immediately know what they want to say. I'm the kind of person, what I'm saying is I'm the kind of person who I have to rack my brain. I force these jokes. Like that's why I don't make jokes. That's why I have to try and fit the comfy streamer route because I don't have the clever enough of a brain to play off of things like that unless I have a friend with me because that's why I play single player games with friends because then I have them react and I can play off of their reactions.
I mean, I have a single brain cell. I somehow come up with shit.
I'm just saying I find it extremely hard
It's
for me to
something
do it.
that you kind of grow over time. You just have to get used to it. The more you make content, the more you kind of get used to these things.
But
You don't always have to find something to say either.
you also have to also know what your weak points are and what you may just not be suited for as a content creator.
I mean, obviously.
And I mean, I've been trying to make content since 2015. That's why I'm saying I kind of know where my strong suits lie and where my weak point is, because I've been making content for almost 8 years now.
Hmm.
So I just know for me that's not where I'm strong at.
I mean,
um,
it's a very good thing that you know where your weaknesses lie. That's one of the most important things to know because if you don't know, you can't work on them.
And I have worked on it. I try to. It's like I'm just also
Thank
trying
you.
to find out what my strong suit is, because I think people like I want to find out why people would want to watch me. Like I mean,
I
people
think
go
it's
to you
very
to watch a
important to
gremlin,
identify 4 points.
huh?
I think it's very important to identify 4 points. Two
Yeah,
of those are your strengths and your weaknesses. And then
yeah.
there's two other things, but you can only really determine those once you've found out your type of content. And you generally find your type of content by filtering your strengths and weaknesses. So let's say you're very bad at making charismatic jokes. You don't really have that kind of creativity to come up with some things on the fly. So you need scripted. Scripted is your strong suit in that case, which means you have your strength, you have your weaknesses identified, and you can base your content around that. Then there's two other parts. There's your threats and there's your opportunities. If you know anything about businesses, most people will realize that this is a SWOT analysis. Your strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So your opportunities are basically gaps in the market where nobody has filled them yet, or very few people have filled them yet, and you can literally give it your own kind of twist. And then there's your threats, which is basically the traps that you can fall into. If you are very bad at something, for instance, then that can fall into a threat. So, in your case, let's say you're very bad at coming up with jokes on the fly. So, your threat in this case is when you're going off script, is that you're going to be less charismatic and less convincing. So, you need
Mm-hmm.
to make sure to cover that kind of threat. Your opportunities could be something like video essays as a VTuber because I don't think there really are that many. I have not seen any video essays as a VTuber at least.
Yeah,
You have an opportunity for very creative content.
exactly. And yeah, again, that's why it's like I mean that's kind of what I was like trying to say was like yeah, I'm trying to find out what my weak points are, grow them. It's a matter of identifying.
In 8 years, you probably know a lot more about your weak and strong points than you think you know.
Oh, I fucking know I cannot. Let's play content is not for me. I can like I've given up on the idea of doing playthroughs in any
Hmm.
regard. Editing them down maybe into funny moments and then have parts, sure, but main like full on playthroughs like okay, like this is part 1 of 25 playing through the first Tomb Raider game.
Mhm.
It's like
Okay, but now we're talking about types of content.
yeah.
That's a whole different conversations from your own strengths and weaknesses because
Well,
that still
I'm
boils
saying
down
that kind
to
of content isn't my strength because of the fact a lot of that content is unedited, and a lot of
I
it.
know, but that content is because of other parts of yourself, and I think that you, um, like you said, you you struggle making jokes up on the spot, and that's why some stuff like let's play content, which is very heavily reliant on making up jokes and
Yep,
the funny haha moments on the spot. That is why the let's play content isn't for you. So if you dig
that's what I was
back
trying to
deep
say.
down
Yes,
into
that's
that
what I was trying
core,
to
yeah,
say.
exactly. But it's not the fault of the content. It's what's behind that content.
And
So that is
I didn't
where
necessarily
your
say it was the
weaknesses
content's
lie.
fault. I just said that I'm not. I don't think I'm cut
No,
out for that
I
content.
know. But that's I know, but you're going on a tangent about that specific type of content when it's not necessarily that type of content um
Well, I was gonna
that's
explain
doing you
exactly what
dirty.
you were saying. I was literally gonna go on the tangent just to say,
I know,
um,
okay, but it's not the type of content that's doing you dirty. It's the way that you're trying to produce that type of
well,
content.
that's what I was trying to say. It's like exactly was what I was trying to say. Was like just like the whole thing like the reason why I don't think I'm cut out for that content is because of my weak points of not being funny and not being able to come up with stuff on the fly. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Like I
Hmm.
wasn't trying to bash the content in any regards because I love Let's Play content. I love watching it. I'm just
No,
trying to
no,
say
I
well,
mean on your own channel, not other
yeah.
people's.
I'm not trying to, and I'm trying to I wasn't trying to say like I think the content in general, it's not a fault of the content. That's not at all what I was trying to say if it was coming off like that. you know. I don't ever blame content. I can only blame myself when it comes to making content. What my strongest fault, my strong points, my bad points. I mean, like there's so many things. You can only blame yourself when things aren't working out, typically. And there's some outside factors, but a lot of time it's what can you do to improve on a situation that's not going your way.
No, definitely. That's pretty much the core of everything.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like a great thing. Like, I mean, what's funny is somebody right here said that because the chat has been really listening to our conversation. Also, I apologize by the way if it felt like I was arguing you. It's like I was trying to just like trying to say like, I want like because I thought you interpreted my words wrong, so that's why I was like, listen. I'm not trying to say the content's bad or anything. Uh, but so people in chat were saying like I put a lot of more value into the community than the money. People who do it for the money tend to be bitter out of envy. I mean, a great example. I mean, if you have you seen that clip by the way, Ichigo, of that one girl who's like, "Give me who doesn't have $5? It's only $5 to pay
Oh
for
my
my
god, it sounds like
subscription."
Elon Musk and his fucking Twitter blue.
There was a whole streamer who literally bashed someone in chat. She said, "Sorry, I can't donate, but I'm here for you to watch your streams." And she's like, "What do you mean you can't donate? If you're obviously here watching my stream, it means you have enough free time, probably make enough money to come here and watch my stream. Donate $5. You probably have $5."
Fine. Bro, I watch streams at work. I don't know what Bestie sees as free time, but this ain't it.
It's like
But
literally
yeah, those kind of streamers are just the toxic kind. Just like, oh, I'll do it for 5 subs. Like, no, just don't do
no,
it then.
no,
Just
no.
don't do it then. That's fine.
I mean, all I had is like sometimes make for like for me, I've like when I was playing through Halo and Legendary, I added like a stipulation like, hey, anybody who does donate $5, I will just literally restart the whole level from scratch, even if I'm at the end of the level. I was like, you don't have to, but I will. Like it's just an added bonus. If you are gonna be generous enough to do that, I'll do something like I'll punish myself for it. I think that's fine, you know. But I do think people are like, oh, I'll write your name on my whiteboard for $5. It's I don't know. I don't know.
That kind of stuff is fine. It's okay to reward subs. It's a different thing to beg for them.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if you're like, oh, for every sub I'll write your name on the board. That's fine because you're rewarding people for a sub. I used to
Yeah.
make cursed emotes for first-time subscribers, just as a thank you.
I guess here's the thing that
Not
annoys about the
necessarily as
whiteboard
a
is,
sales point.
I guess the reason the whiteboard bugs me, because it was a bad example. The reason the whiteboard bugs me is because a lot of people are doing that, and the people are like waving their butt at the camera, like, there's
Oh yeah, it's those kind.
that kind. Yeah, no. Because
No,
honestly, because
that
I
still
want,
does count as reward.
yeah, because the thing
No, it's not begging.
it's not begging. No, I wasn't saying it was begging. It's just like that kind of. Like the begging is that lady who's like $5, but no. I mean, it's not necessarily bad. Like, yeah, it's rewarding. To me, it just kind of is like, really, that's how you're gonna make it. Content creation is 50% generosity and 50% hustle. Fucking preach, God. That is so true. Content creation is 50% generosity and 50% hustle. Yes, I agree with that, Illustra. I very much agree with that. Holy crap. Um, but yeah, no. I mean, I had an idea similar to the whole hot tub thing because I love jigsaw puzzles. I don't think I'm ever gonna do this unless people actually ask me to do it. But I was gonna do something where like every person in chat, I was gonna write their name on a puzzle piece, and I was gonna slowly put the puzzle together. And then at the end of the stream, we turn the puzzle upside down for one to glue it, but also we could see everyone's names on the puzzle. That helped build it in
Fun
the end.
idea.
Just
Just
a
have
fun
like
one.
a bit of like it's very fun to do stuff for people in chat, but it makes you very reliant on your chat.
It
And
does.
I feel like as a streamer, you should be able to create your content without having to rely on
You
your chat,
should.
especially when you're starting out with like a lower amount of viewers. Because it's very fun to write 3 to 4 names on your puzzle, but you'll have 3 to 4 names for the entire stream.
Yep,
You know,
and that's
so
happened to
that's
me
where I see
with
a
a
lot of
ton of different
people
stream
messing up.
types.
That's
Yeah.
where I see a lot of people messing up, where they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna let chat decide this, and I'm gonna let chat decide that," and they have like below 7 viewers, and most of them are lurkers, and that's not going to work. You gotta entertain your chat, not the other way around.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something like as a streamer I still need to fully get a grasp on because the thing is I've seen streamers like Doug who does have like literally if I gotta be brutally honest, Doug, yes, he's funny, but his chat is the like honestly the star of the show. I have to say it. His community is the star of the show. Yes, I know you're probably gonna say, "Well, that's because he's a big streamer." The thing is, he was very small for the longest time, but then he did the
I
whole
mean,
thing
everyone starts small.
like he was the one who like it was like, okay, chat, I'm gonna let you play the game for me. I'm gonna code it so you're gonna be able to play this game, and that started blowing up his
That's the gimmick.
content. Yeah.
different. That's the niche. That's his gimmick.
And then
He
that
has implemented that in a way that his chat is interactive. It's
yeah.
a different thing when you're like, oh, I'm gonna make this decision in a game. Chat pick for me. You know?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing is that's the kind. What yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. And that's the kind of I want Doug style community. I don't know how I could ever get it, but I'd love to have that kind of community, because having a community where like he will like he could literally I think he streamed Peggle, and literally his whole chat came with the whole story about how like the Magic Hat character okay, actually let's go for an actual example, because he would stream he streamed what's the game Planet Coaster, and his chat came up with a whole story about how how the oh was it the janitor was a cannibal, and they just kept like sending him TTS messages through bits and building on the story. Like, I've heard that this janitor, what, they'd be like, oh hi Doug, I'm the mother of so and so child. Do you know what happened to my kid? He went to your park, and the janitor said he wanted to show him something. He's like, no, and then Doug was like, listen, listen, in all, what's the word? I can't remember off the top of my head, but he's like, we take no responsibility for any children going missing to our cannibal janitors. And his chat would completely keep building off the bit. They keep donating and keep expanding the story. I don't know. I find that so entertaining when chat takes the wheel. I don't know why.
Definitely. But I feel like it's the same kind of vibe with a lot of the big streamers. Unless they're like not paying a lot of attention to chat or they don't have a lot of interactivity.
And there
Then you
are a
have
lot of them
things
that
like
do that.
T-Dog VAs. Like Connor has a super active, super shitposty chat that will do the exact same thing when they're just donating
Oh,
and
yeah.
they make up entire stories about freaking buses. It's pretty fun. But that only happens because the community is very active. And if you don't have that yet, you gotta grow it. And you gotta find a way to grow it.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen just by, making content.
Exactly.
Sometimes you gotta put effort into that content.
Exactly.
Some people get lucky, but not everybody does.
Not everyone does, and that's the big thing. I want to I want to learn how to grow that kind of community. I don't know about you.
Well, you can definitely grow it if you search out this kind of community and then you look what they're into. It's called addressing your target group.
Your target
find your
audience,
target
yeah.
group. Yeah, in Dutch we call it doelgroep, which is why I always use the word group. But yes, you find your target audience and then you find out what they like, and then you cater to that.
Yeah. And Lester just said
And it is a very big pitfall to rely on your chat because of all the examples we look up already. Yeah, they already paid their dues. We aren't in that phase, and sometimes it's hard. That's
Yeah.
exactly the thing. Like, we can look at the very big streamers all we want. If you have someone with thousands of viewers, hundreds of viewers, or even tens of viewers, their chat's going to be infinitely more active than someone with under 10 viewers.
Yep.
Because sometimes your chat just isn't there, and that's okay. It's not their fault. It's not your fault. Like, a lot of my chat is actively lurking. I know I have a ton of lurkers in my chat. Sometimes I'll have like 25 to 30 people watching and only 5 people chatting. And it's always the same kind of people. I appreciate y'all a lot. But it's always the same kind of 5 people.
Your
and the
chat
rest
seems
is
so
lurking.
nice. Your community who's come in here, I really appreciate them. They're super chatty. I'm sorry I haven't read your messages. I want to read them all. I plan to, because you guys are sending some really good takes. Also, Ichigo, I just want to say, I really I don't. If it seems like I'm arguing with you, I'm sorry. I'm loving. This is probably the first time I've had debates on my talk show, and I'm loving every moment of it. I'm loving talking with you. You're such an awesome guest. I love having.
I have a lot of opinions.
Well, and I love it. Here's the thing. I think it's so nice when people have different opinions and here's the thing. I personally, when I like to debate someone, I don't like to prove them wrong. I love to see both sides. That's why you hear me. I'm not. I will never tell you you're wrong. Like the whole thing about how you were talking about the take about it's not the content's fault. I actually fully agree with you. It's like maybe my tangent sounded like I was blaming the content. I wasn't trying to, but maybe it came off that way. I actually loved how you called me out on that. I'm having fun. I don't want you to know I'm appreciating this. I love having someone to debate with that's actually not gonna not get upset about the debate.
No, I actually really like having these kind of conversations as well because you learn that a lot of different peoples have a lot of different kinds of takes and perspectives on it. Especially when someone has already been in the content creation industry for a very long time, like we
Yeah.
both have.
How long
We
have you
both
been in
on
it?
different sides. I think I have been in like official content creation also about 8 years.
2015
But
as
on a
well?
completely different side. Like I've been into music.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
only
I've
recently
I've
got into
I've
that like
actually
3
been
years
in the music
ago.
industry for like 5 years, and then
Oh,
I took a very big break, and then I became a VTuber.
wow. Gotcha. What kind of music did you make?
A lot of variety actually. I started out making metal, but you know that's a specific audience, and you don't always
Yeah.
get to that audience. But it was very fun while we did it. We did progressive rock, we did metal, we did all kinds of stuff, and then at some point, I started another band that did anime music covers.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was wildly successful, by the way. It ended
I
pretty
don't doubt
naturally,
it.
but it was very successful at the time.
Dude, I love anime music. It's so I don't know. There's so many good
It
anime
has some
tracks.
bangers, and we had like we actually did gigs like at conventions and stuff, and
Oh,
they
really?
paid well. Yeah, it was very fun. Like I had a great freaking time. I had a whole persona on stage, and we had like an entire skit written out. It was very fun. It was very good. I had such a good time. We got paid for a couple of them. Some of them only
Ah,
paid for like the food and stuff that we eat, and the money for gas, which is more than enough, by the way, because we were just starting out. And some of them like paid full amounts.
I
So
once wanted to make my own band myself actually because
it's very fun.
the
It
only
is very
I wanted
fun.
because I knew how to play piano, although I've never been that good at playing piano. I'm much better now that I can make digital music. I work better with a program than I do playing an actual instrument. Like the
Hmm.
song I made for Shy Lily, I think I showed you.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah. That one, like I'm very good at making digital music. I love pop and dance, so I kind of like am inspired by those. Um, Oh, sorry, that's my fault. I'm sorry, chat. I'm fidgety. I'm fidgeting with a little like it's a case for like manscaping tools that my mom bought me. It's like I keep opening and close it. I'm so sorry if you guys are picking that up on the mic.
Oh, don't
Ah,
worry.
ADHD, go burr.
We all feel that. We all feel that. I
Oh,
usually pick something that doesn't make a sound to
I
fidget
really
with,
should. I'm gonna
but some
start.
people need that sound.
Yeah,
No,
I'm.
for me, just like the sound starts to irritate me if I do it myself. Like,
That's fair.
I when I was younger, I used to click a pen, and then I would get very annoyed at the clicking of the pen. Stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I'll just start playing with the D20 in my hands real quick. I'll just mess with that, roll it in my
Oh, the
hands.
dice are such a good like fidgety toy.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Also, by the way, I just want to thank Alestra, Mark, and Fake, all you guys. I want to read all your messages. I'm gonna start reading them now, because I'm really enjoying having reading your guys' messages. It's really fun. You guys are awesome. Really loving all your guys'
Read them
takes.
while I get myself another drink because my mouth's getting dry from all the talking.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead. So let's see. So Mark, let me read this. Put more value. I don't need to envy people who are more successful than me if I can be friends with them. I very much wholeheartedly agree. Oh my god. I do not understand why people get so jealous of people's success. Oh my god. It annoys the crap out of me that I see people who are like, I deserve more views, or I literally had someone VR chat that I literally walked up to me while I was streaming and started just bad mouthing other VR chat streamers. She was like, "This streamer does not deserve the amount of views that she has. I'm way more entertaining," and I'm just like, "What the fuck? What is wrong with you?" Why can't you just be happy like, oh, this streamer is doing so well? I kind of want to replicate what they're doing. Maybe I want to play the game they played because I saw them play this game. It looked fun. There's no reason to be envious and jealous of another content creator. I don't find that kind at
I have
all.
re-entered my body.
Welcome back. I'm just talking to chat because, oh my god. I don't understand why content creators are envious of each other sometimes. It's like where they literally are so jealous they'll badmouth like I don't like where it's like some content creators go, I deserve more views than this person because I'm more entertaining than them.
Yeah.
Why am I not more successful?
They're
What is
bitter.
wrong with those people?
They're bitter and they don't want to put in the work. And usually they don't see the work other people have already put in. And some people get lucky. That's just the thing, okay? Some people get lucky. There's no need to be jealous of or envious or even bitter towards that. Not everybody
Mhm.
can get lucky. That's why it's called lucky.
Exactly. I just like for me, I'm the kind of person who I love seeing other people succeed, and especially if I help them get that way. But that because I've had that happen a little bit here and there. I love like I've introduced friends to bigger streamers, and now those friends are growing pretty big themselves. Or in general, like I've met friends who were small and now are growing at pretty big sizes, and I'm just sitting here like I'm like had the biggest childish grin on my face, like yes, my friends are getting the paid their dues, all their hard work is paying off.
I actually have I have one friend who started VTubing like about a year ago, right? And she started like way after me. But she has gotten immensely successful like almost straight away. Like she skipped the entire startup phase
Oh
because
really?
she got lucky. She knows she got lucky because she had a couple of big VTubers that invited her to like a chatting call app and stuff like that, and she got very lucky from that. Her first amount of viewers was like 9, and then she went up, and now she has like 60.
That's a couple
She
of my
started
friends,
like a year
yeah.
ago.
Ah,
That's incredibly fast, and every time I gush about it, and I'm just like I'm proud. I'm
I'm
incredibly
so
proud of her. I'm
proud.
so happy for her.
Yeah.
People always automatically assume that I am somehow trying to like disguise my jealousy or something like
Oh
that.
my God,
Like, yeah,
yeah.
obviously I would like those kind of numbers, but
I,
God, dude, I would not.
I would never want to take
I
it from
don't wish
them.
her to have like any less of that. Like
Yeah,
I
no,
am incredibly happy for that.
like
And even then, like numbers fluctuate a lot. Some days
they
she has
do.
20 viewers, some days she has 30, and today she has 60 again. You know, it
It
fluctuates
fluctuates.
enormously.
And it's like I would never be jealous of a friend. I'm just so happy to see them grow because a lot of time, like I mean, it's why I think I think honestly making a clips channel has always been in the cards for me because I've always wanted to help my friends grow. Or just people I think I look at and I see their content, I'm like, oh my god, why are they not getting viewers? I'm just like, they're so funny. It's like I guess a big part of it is from VR Funny, which is a VR chat compilation channel. They used to do. They literally don't do it anymore. They became a VTuber themselves. Um, but they used to take clips from VR chat content creators and compile them together to showcase smaller and bigger streamers equally and be like, hey, these are people I think you should watch. And I'd be like every day, a day or every other day. And it's just like, I don't know. I've always loved the idea helping people grow. I've always loved that. And I think it's like, I've always loved like fails of the week videos. So I think I want like, I think that's a big part of it that I love highlights. I don't know. I love seeing it, people grow and all that. You're funny. What do you mean, Doodle? Why am I funny? Also, welcome. Glad to have you here, my friend. I don't know. And I know that was just one message from Mark. I know that I went on a whole tangent, but God, people who are envious of others just bug me. Why? I'm not a fan of envy, but I am a big fan of empathy. I love empathy. That's why whenever I make somebody upset and if I hurt someone's feelings or I interrupt, I feel so bad. It's like I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just excited to talk to you.
I get that. I get that. I used to talk through people a lot, and I really had to teach myself to like stop for a moment and be quiet. Just remember what you want to say.
Yeah.
It's easiest for me to not like interrupt people because I know it's very rude, and I actually like I hate it when other people do it too. So I shouldn't do it as well. And
Yeah.
I'm just trying so hard sometimes, but
Sometimes
when
you
I get
can't hold
excited,
back.
yeah. So when I get excited, I just talk. I just be talking, you know.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get that. Wait, how goes it? Honestly, I'm having such a blast talking to Ichigo here. This has been really fun because she is the first person who's actually like debated me on subjects. I'm enjoying it because I'm someone who I love a good debate as long as the other person's willing to listen. Like as long as we listen to each other, it's so much fun. What sucks about a debate is when you get into a conversation, the other person just like keeps shooting you down. That's
That's
what
not a debate.
sucks. It's not a debate. That's an it's I don't even know if that's an argument. That's just being rude.
No, like if you're trying to have like if you're trying to raise a question and the other person is just like, no, I don't want to talk about it, then it's not even a conversation anymore. It's not a
Exactly.
debate. It's not even an argument. It's not even a conversation. It's literally just like the lack of.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's fun we have a debate. It's like, wait, hold on, hear me out, hear me out. Let me cook, let me cook. It's like I don't know, letting each other talk and give your side. It's so nice. It's like it lets it also is a nice way to get rid of misunderstandings. And also, if say that I said something that you disagreed with and you were like, listen, what you're saying is incredibly rude or incorrect, and you give me the points, I could be like, oh shit, you're right. Hold on, let me rethink my whole life, my whole perspective on that. it's a life lesson. You can always learn from other people. So say like a great example of this is I had very negative views on furries because I never met
I
a
think everybody
furry.
did at some point. I think everybody did at some point. That's just the internet trying to make them out for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
disgusting kinds of
But I've
people.
met furries, and I have some very close friends who are furries. I'm just like, they're just people. They had
They're
you know
just
they have the thing
people.
they
They
like.
literally are. Like every community has their bad apples, and most people have that about VTubers right now. And I have to say, I 100% agree. I miss the VTuber community of 2 years ago. I
Yeah.
really do. I miss when this community was just people who wanted to stream
You want to know
and
what
have a good
I'm
time.
so sick of? And also Doodle here is a furry that I'm a that he's a really good friend. I honestly feel bad I don't talk to him enough.
I'm joking. Okay,
uh,
but I have a serious question. What animal?
I'm not
Because
sure what the
I
animal
found
is.
I find that people have like the most creative kind of animals. Like one of my
Some of them do,
closest friends
yeah.
is this gray and cyan ferret, and it's a very cute gray and cyan ferret, by the way.
Oh
And then
man,
there's another friend who has like this dragon dog kind of mix. Not
shaggy
really
dog.
sure what it is, but it looks like a dragon dog.
That's kind of like one of my friends like has like a dragon rabbit like thing. My friend
Oh,
Dirk. I don't really know. I know what Doodles is. Like I'm not sure. Like the animal kind of confused me. It seems like it's part wolf, but it could be very
I
wrong.
mean, they just go ham, and I appreciate that shit. I feel like the VTuber community is finally reaching the furry stage where you just go ham. Because
I
it
mean, look
used to
at
be
Buff
like,
Pup.
yeah, but like it
I love
used to
Buff
be
Pup's
like
design
very
though. She's
standard.
cool.
Everybody looked like nyanners, or they looked
And now we
like
get like Juniper, who's like a eldritch moth like
yeah, I
monster.
fucking love that.
I love it. I love it. I love the unique takes. I took the four
Me
most
too, me
basic
too,
ones
me
that
too.
came to
I am
mind.
I am actually like that's the part I love the most about the VTuber community. Like nobody gives a rat's ass if you're like a pink flamingo that's sometimes kind of blue, made of cotton candy, unicorn, dragon goddess that's sometimes also a demon who was smited by God, whatever the fuck. Like I don't care what your lore is, but you have like the wildest freaking exterior ever, and everyone's like, yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that
I
happens.
love it. But you
And I
also want to know what I love
love that.
more, and also everyone else needs to keep in mind. You can have the best design ever, but you want to know what really makes a VTuber even better? There's personality. You can have the most insanely cool model ever, but if your personality is, yes, hello, and today we are going to rate Burger King's Whoppers and from these different
Number 50
restaurants, it's like
Burger Bing Blood Fetish.
if you literally don't have a personality, people aren't gonna
Yeah,
watch
I
you.
mean, definitely, definitely. That's like the biggest. That's like 90% of your branding. If you don't have the nice personality for streaming, then you're not gonna get anywhere, no matter how nice your model looks. Unless you have like simps. That's a different thing. Like, there's always like this group of people that thinks they have a shot.
Wait, little known
Um,
fact: Ichigo actually hates furries. She owns a dartboard with a picture of Tony the Tiger on it. What? Wait, what? Hold on. Explain.
a cat, rabbit, fox, wolf, a kaboof. Oh my god, I love that.
A kaboof. That is awesome, Doodle. That's so unique.
See, there you go. That's what I mean. Like they just go ham, and I love that.
Hmm.
And that's the part I'm loving about VTubers as well, because it doesn't really matter what the fuck you look like anymore. Everyone's just going ham on their design,
I
and I
really
adore
should.
that.
I should really expand my design. The only reason like I modeled my model after how I look IRL. The reason being, on the internet I just want to be myself, but I wanted to be a VTuber. I want to be myself,
Same.
both an avatar.
I also modeled mine after myself, except I don't have uh the obvious huge fucking titties.
You stole those. I mean, we all saw the clip.
Exactly. I stole those. I yoinked those away from people who already have a lot of boobies. That's how you get boobies, Like you just steal a little bit from everybody.
And I have the clip
And
ready. You know
that
what?
way,
For those who haven't seen the clip, I'll pull it up. I'll play it real quick. For those who wonder, here's a clip that I uploaded on my clips channel.
tell me the secret. Okay, so the secret is you find someone who has gigantic, massive boobies. I mean, absolutely enormous bahonkers, and then you steal them.
I don't know. I love that clip. I love that clip. I played it for the chat so they could see it through OBS. I love that. Just you big boobas, huge honkers, and then you steal
Yes.
them.
That is the joke. That is the whole. That's the whole heist. That's how it
The
works.
booba heist.
You get the boobas. But I've already read that we can't get any more boobas because Mark stole them all. And I believe that.
Oh
I
wow.
believe that.
Oh, one
I
sec.
once cancelled Mark for having 2 huge titties. Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. Got to knock on my door.
Okay, I was like,
Wait, please,
you were very impressed by Mark's titties, and I mean, I don't blame you. You should be impressed by Mark's titties.
Oh, being impressed by Mark's titties.
Yeah, he
They also
stole
call
them
her
all.
they also call her the butcher of Animal Crossing. Oh my gosh, that killed.
Listen. I know my Animal Crossing island is currently a horror theme, and there's blood spatters everywhere, but
Wait,
I assure
what?
you, my villagers are safe.
I you, I'm gonna have to see your Animal Crossing world at some point. Do you like games like that? Then Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley and all that.
Animal Crossing. I love Animal Crossing. I love Stardew Valley. I have a love-hate relationship with Disney Dreamlight Valley. I mean Disney Stardew Valley. I mean, I I have a love-hate relationship with that. I despise the game. I hate it. I hate that it's $30. It's not worth $30. It isn't. It has only fetch quests. There's literally only fetch quests. All the characters have 2 animations and 4 lines, and they're the most obnoxious shit ever. But I keep playing it. I can't stop playing it. I have over 100 hours in the game, and everything it is fetch quests.
Oh my
And you
gosh.
can't even do normal quests. Like, there's literally no way. There's characters you can take with you so they level faster, and sometimes it's like every level has like a requirement, and they're just like, oh, level 2, you get this quest, and then you do the quest, and you can go on. And then sometimes they have a quest at level 2, and then they don't have another quest until level 8. And they can only go until level 9. I mean level 10. That's like the final level
Well,
for them. So they have 2 quests in total.
another thing that also annoys me. So I found a new game that I've been keeping an eye on, and I streamed it a couple times, but because the thing is, it's like a very awesomely designed version of Stardew Valley called Coral Island. It's super
Oh.
good. The only issue with Coral Island that I've found, they do not give you enough energy. Like the energy goes way too fast. So it's like,
Oh, that's another thing in Disney Dreamlight Valley. They have energy in the first place. And that's what the game is in real time.
oh god, oh god,
You
that's
get
so bad.
energy. Like, why do you need stamina? And at some point, you're just done leveling and your stamina doesn't get any higher. And you know the stupidest part about it? They pretend that every time you level, your stamina goes up. It doesn't.
Oh
It doesn't.
jeez.
Because I mean, it does. Your stamina technically does go up because you have to eat more to replenish it. But the tasks you do just cost you more stamina.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's stupid. It's a fucking shit game. Everything about it sucks. And I
also,
keep playing it.
Elestra said earlier, at worst, I'm envious of people's abilities. Like, I wish I could make a tweet like "boobs funny," but I don't have a lewd fiber in my body. Sometimes I wish humanity was catered to me more. I mean, everyone has their audience for one, and
I mean, I once made a tweet that was just penis, and that got me like 20 likes.
I mean, for me, it's like, sometimes I want to be down bad on main. The only reason I fight myself from doing that is because if I ever get the chance that a big content creator I respect who is not into lewd people sees that tweet, they may never want to interact with me again. And so I'm like, I want to be able to interact with these people.
I mean, if they don't want to interact with people that are inherently always looting, that's a whole different thing than just making a horny tweet once in a while.
I mean, that's fair.
And at the end, I do believe that people should enjoy you for you and not for the stuff you tweet. Like, if I tweet penis, one of my best friends, no, my literal best friend, is one of the most say-so person I have ever met in my entire life. And I have known her for 20 years. She is, like, the purest kind of, like, being in the world. And I am her best friend. Me. This stupid freaking cat gremlin that posts horny tweets all day. Me.
Oh my god.
I post penis for a living.
Oh my God! Wait,
Not
that
not
can be
safe
take.
for work
Wait,
account.
that can be.
I sell pictures of my body, you know.
Yeah, true. You do have an OnlyFans or a Fansly. I forget which it is. I think it's
Not everything
Fansly.
sucks about the game. Stitch doesn't. Okay, true, true, true. I love Stitch.
Yeah, I
Okay,
saw
there's one
that.
thing about the game that I love. Two things about the game that I love. Wally and Stitch. I
Wa
would die for them.
Wally.
I would die for them. Stitch is my little gremlin friend, and I love him, okay? He's my little mischievous kind of bullshit. His first quest is literally, like, he comes in, and your very first quest for him is to just steal stuff from people's houses. Just straight up take shit.
Oh my God, that's
I love
funny.
him. He's my little blue gremlin that I can commit crimes with.
Oh my gosh.
Be gay,
Also,
do crime.
yeah, too crime. Also, up here, I'm gonna scroll up again and answer some earlier things that were sent in the chat from fake dogs. And this really resonated with me. They said, improv is very difficult. I've been studying comedy for years and I still struggle with it. Riffing is super important when it comes to unscripted content, and that's why there's only really improv groups instead of improv solos, you know. That was in response to me saying, like, how single player content, the last comment was about was a reference when I said that single player content and me, how I'm not don't find that I'm the most entertaining person because I'm not good at coming up with things on the fly, like you said, and like how we talked about. But yeah, that's a good point, dude. I've had streams where like instead like I would pull a friend on, like when I played Undertale. Oh God, I would have been so boring to watch by myself.
Oh
But
man,
dude,
I
I
love
need
it
to edit
so
that.
quickly.
I need to edit my playthroughs. They're on my VODs channel. I need to edit my playthrough down into edited content because it was so funny. Because what I did was I had
You know
two
what I
friends.
do?
Hmm?
When I have a stream that I'm not necessarily too happy about, or like I actually go through like every single stream. Um, I just rewatch it. I rewatch the whole thing, and when I think there's a funny moment, I just clip it. And
Yeah,
if there's no funny moment, I discard the entire stream.
that's smart.
Because
That's
if I
smart.
don't think it's funny, no one else is gonna think it's funny.
I just like to save all my content, especially because the fact that for me, I don't typically have a lot of time to edit, especially with my editing style, with the amount of edits I do. Like if I just got rid of subtitling alone, that would help a lot, but I can't help but fall back on subtitling. I love doing it. I don't know why. I just find that
Help!
to me, I guess it's
It's
just
definitely a good style of
ads.
editing.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the clip I edited of you. I worked pretty
Yeah,
hard on it.
it's super fun.
I thought it
I
was
have been
really
trying
funny.
to edit my own clips, but I'm just not that good at it. So like I'm still struggling a lot with it. I've only started editing for like the past couple of months ish, and I don't even do it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, here's the thing. My channel was growing super fast when I was making YouTube Shorts. I've gotten
Mm.
bored of editing my own clips. I don't know why. I get so bored of editing my own content. I really,
I
really
just get
do.
bored of editing.
But I never
I
get
just get
bored of editing other people content. Like your clip was so fun to make. Like the zooms and all that. I guess because it's just a clip rather than a whole video. It's like I
true,
already know the
true.
moments I want to edit. Like I'll see the clip and I'll be like I can determine whether or not like I can go on your Twitch and be like I don't know if I want to edit this clip. Or I go to another clip of like, "Oh my God, I have so many ideas." Like think editing short form content has always been a strong suit for me if I know what moments I wanted and the zooms from the moment I see the clip. I don't
I
know.
definitely get that. It's a lot harder to edit like an entire VOD because that just you have to go through the whole thing and you have to take out the things that are somewhat cohesive. So you see some of the gameplay and you see some of the funny parts, and it's just hard to edit an entire VOD.
It's
I've
editing is
done
a
it
hard
twice.
skill, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, editing a whole
I've done
VOD,
it
oh
a couple
God.
times, but it didn't go great. I added the KFC dating sim that I played. I added that VOD to like I think it's like 20 minutes, but it was like a 5-hour VOD. And I edited the Elden Ring playthrough that I did, which was a single stream because I suck at Elden Ring. I just suck at games in general, okay? I don't even want to talk about how many times I died.
Oh my
I didn't
God.
fall off a cliff. I'm just gonna
Uh,
say that I did not fall off a cliff.
but also I wanted to make sure I before I forget. Going back to the Undertale thing, like that's why for me, I think that when I do single player games, I need to stop doing by myself, depending on the game. But like with Undertale, what I did was I had my friend Quizzy and my friend Ruby, both of them are VTubers as well. They voice acted for me. They Ruby covered playing Papyrus and a lot of other characters, and Quizzy covered being Sans and a lot of other characters. And the two of them, we would make jokes back and forth, and some of it just got unhinged. Like the chat would commented saying that Quizzy, whenever he would do Flowey's voice and sound like this, oh God, I can't do it. That was so bad. But whenever he did Flowey, he would sound like Toad, and so someone said, "Is Quizzy Toad?" Well, we made jokes about Quizzy being Toad, and then someone in chat goes, "No, he's Marge Simpson." And so because Quizzy has blue hair, Ruby, who I was streaming with, quickly went in and edited Marge Simpson's hair on Quizzy's model,
I
and
love
Quizzy
that.
has hated it ever since. But like moments like that will happen when I'm with my friends, even when
Hmm.
during a single player game. That's why I think I play off my friends very well, more so than when I play off a game by myself.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair. Like I played the Nickelpada game, like the Catboy Paradise one,
Oh God.
and I brought 4 friends in to voice act that for me. That was a hoot. That was so
I
funny.
don't
I had
doubt it.
such a good time. Like the first stream we did was literally one of my favorite streams I've
Did
ever
you
done.
save the stream anywhere?
I saved all of them. I couldn't
Good.
like I kind of want to edit them down to like a single video, but there's so many good parts. There's just too many good
I
parts.
mean,
There's
just
a lot of clips from them as well.
just you could easily just edit like parts, like releasing a parts of just one video, like make highlights.
Maybe, maybe.
And also, definitely upload to a VOD channel so people can watch the whole thing. Like, we'll put in the description, be like, "Hey, the whole video is in linked in the description," and you could that way if they want to go watch the whole entire unhinged video or
Oh,
a stream.
I don't have a fall channel.
I highly recommend you make one, even if you literally don't care about making thumbnails or anything. It's just nice to have in case people do want to binge watch all your content, even the VODs, because some people will. Some like an amount of times I've come across a streamer and I'm like, man, I want to go watch the stream of theirs, and I learned that they didn't say the VOD, but it was like the clip I saw was super hilarious. I'm like, no, I can't watch the whole thing. It bums me
I
out.
mean, I used to hoard VODs, just to edit them down and upload them, and even like maybe upload them as a VOD, but I decided against that. I can definitely upload them to YouTube, but I have decided to just toss them because
Christian.
sometimes old VODs, when you watch them back, you're like, oh God, oh no, oh fuck that shit, oh that's all, nah, no, 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 and then you just kind of want to die.
Yeah. Question: what is Cursed Chigo? Because someone suggested doing Cursed Chigo on every VOD thumbnail for your YouTube VODs channel.
You want to see?
Sure, what's Cursed Chigo? Is that another
All
model?
right, it's when I turn the beauty filter off. Okay, you gotta
Alright, let's see it. Oh boy. Wait, I think I have one of those models. I actually think I might have wait, who did you commission that from?
Rhea.
I think I commissioned this from her too. I just haven't set up the model yet.
You know what? I'm just gonna stay like this now.
Man,
This is just my form now.
I need to set up this
Yeah.
model, dude. I need to set. I have one from her. Like, let me make sure. Let me go. I'm gonna look through my Twitter DMs and make sure I got it from the same
Need to be
person.
a bit big.
Rhea Hart, right?
The heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the one.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh yeah. No, I need to set up that model because she made me one as well, and I haven't looked at it yet.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. This is
I
when you
love
turn the beauty filter off.
I love that so much. I will say, and I want your opinion on this because seeing this reminds me that I could use my scuffed model that I got from Rhea as like an alternative character, like a little gremlin that pops into my videos, edit videos, and I have him come in and be like, "Yes, I am here now to touch your rusty spoons" or something. I know that's salad
Oh
fingers,
God,
but
salad fingers.
the feeling is
Oh
almost
no.
orgasmic.
Oh
Uh,
no.
Salad fingers is cursed, but sell Bean Chico. What's Bean Chico? Chico. I
Oh,
cannot speak.
I have
Oh
I have a
boy.
multitude.
Oh wow, this one's cute.
This one's adorable. My friend made this one.
This is great. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I like that style, dude. That makes me think of Rubber Ross's Chibi model a little bit.
How did you remind me? Oh, she is taking commissions though, so if you want one,
Ooh, how much does she charge?
it's $60 for like the entire thing. It comes with expressions.
Wait, how much do you say? Did you say
60.
six? Oh, wow, that's cheap. Yeah, definitely send me her way. Send me her like information stuff. I might get one later on. I still am waiting on my first paycheck for my new job though, so I gotta wait on getting more money. I also need to pay back my editor
That's
because
definitely fair.
I told him I'd send him some money for the best of that he made for me,
Oh my god.
and I just have been not getting paid enough for my last job, which is why I got a new job, but I haven't got my first
Hmm.
paycheck yet. So a bit short of funds, which is why I haven't been able to host another of my tournaments yet, which I want to do because those were a lot of fun.
Oh, I can
Um,
imagine. But one thing at a time. Don't try and
I
do stuff
tackle
that
way
you're
too
not ready
many
for.
things.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Oh, I definitely feel that.
I'm a very ambitious person. Like there's so much content I want to make. And the thing is, I still this content I haven't I played Half-Life Alex in 2020, right? I only
Hmm.
uploaded the first part to my channel, and yet I'm still sitting here like, dude, I still want to edit and upload parts 2 through 4, which are the like only have 4 parts, but I still haven't uploaded part 2, 3, or 4, and that's because when I edited part 2, or like part 2, literally like part 1 took me like a solid month to edit all the subtitles. Oh god, her head is so big. Oh my gosh.
I have the big wobbly head.
But I don't know. Like for me, I don't really have a time. What's the word? Like a deadline for content for me. I will like if I have a content I want to release, I might release it like months or even years down the line, just because I'm like I know it's entertaining. I just haven't had the time to edit it. Being a VTuber
Yeah,
is like having 200 ideas and only doing 4 of those. That's just being a
that's
content creator.
exactly it. No, that's just having ADHD in general.
Exactly, and it sucks, dude.
That's just how it be.
I also now
I mean,
realize
you
that's
just
why
gotta learn how
caffeine
to
doesn't
ease
work.
yourself. I think
Yeah.
the most important part about dealing with having too many ideas and wanting to do all of them is pacing yourself. You just gotta write them down and look at them again objectively once you're like a day later and you're like, is this still a good idea? And if the answer is no, then you scrap it. If the answer is yes, then maybe you can start working on it.
Yeah.
If you do try to rush it, you're only gonna burn out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, man. Like, there's so much to that. And try not to get yourself burned out. I totally agree.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Um,
content burnout is a very real thing.
it really is. Like, I've been burned out on editing for the longest time. The only reason, like, I finally kicked myself in the butt to start editing a video I've been waiting months to finish. Because it's a super entertaining video. It's just like it's all subtitles and subtitle. I like subtitling. It's just I don't like subtitling long videos. I don't know. It's just to me like even if it comes down like because a lot of time like VTuber clips like even a minute long clip will take me like 2 hours, an hour to 2 hours to edit. Just 60 seconds because like depending on how much they said because I like to do a lot of zooms, I like to throw in memes, I like to do subtitles just about every word they say if it's important. Like I think your clip, which is only was only 15 seconds, still took me an hour to edit.
Yeah, I feel that about the same. Like that's also why I burn out on editing so fast. Because after like a full day of editing, I get 40 seconds of content, you know? It just doesn't feel very rewarding.
Yeah, and especially if it doesn't get views, that also then hurts because it's like you've put all
I
that
mean,
time and effort.
for me, usually if it doesn't get views, I just take it down and re-upload it on a later day, and then suddenly it does get a lot of views. It's just YouTube algorithm be weird sometimes. But if it doesn't get views, I mean, obviously it's a bit of a stop, but I don't really mind that much because it's just a couple of seconds. And also, I'm not that good at editing anyway. So for me, it's
Yeah.
not always like it doesn't necessarily feel bad if it doesn't get a lot of views. It just feels bad that it's just such a small amount of content that you are able to pump out in such a long time. That's
Yeah.
the thing because it's so heavily edited.
Also, I think that somebody just like I just was scrolling through. I think Mark jokingly insulted me. First Mark said, "My humor is usually based on taking something mildly funny, then hammering so much overstatements onto it that it becomes funnier and funnier." And then they said, like, let's talk about your facial hair. They should call it a must because it's definitely not a stash. You look like Jonathan Davis got a Brazilian wax about 50 centimeters too high up. No offense, by the way. Oh my god. I can't grow good facial hair. It sucks. I can only grow a mustache, like the thing below the lip, and then a small goatee.
I mean, not everybody is blessed with full facial hair.
Yeah.
I definitely have not been blessed with full facial hair.
Well, I mean, I
I
don't
would
think.
grow a beard if I could.
What you would?
I would honestly grow a beard if I could. If I had the option to grow like a big, luscious, soft, fluffy beard, I would. I damn straight would, and I would style it.
Can you imagine this cat go right here with a beard? Yes.
Imagine me with a beard. Do it. Do it, you coward.
Stare into her eyes.
Go on.
Oh my god, I love it. I'd kiss Ichi with the beard. Oh
It's
my
getting all
god.
nice and scratchy up in your face.
Oh my god, why isn't Beard
Why
Chico a
isn't beard
thing yet?
Chico a thing yet? Why isn't it a thing yet? Besties, draw me with a beard. I want I want a beard.
Oh my
Someone
god.
give me a beard.
Oh man. Uh, I don't know, man. There's so much. I keep thinking like there's so much content creation. It's funny because this talk show is because it definitely has a theme. Every time I host this, I mean, I guess because everyone I invite on here is a content creator. Everyone I invite on here ends up talking to me about their opinions on content creation, and it's always interesting because everyone has their own takes. I mean, some are very similar, but everyone has their own views, their own experiences, their own like just like views on what content creation is to them. So it's always interesting.
Yeah, but that's because everybody kind of has a different journey into their content creation. Like a lot of parts will definitely overlap, but there's also a lot of experiences within that content creation journey that are very unique to the one that makes that certain type of content. For instance, because of the type of content, like I used to be in the music industry. That's a whole different league from streaming games. And if you do educational content, that's a whole different league again on its own. If you only do YouTube videos, or if you only do Twitch streams, or if you only do something else, it's gonna be a whole different thing depending on the type of content you make and the kind of people that you reach.
And where you
Like your
put
target
it and who
audience
you're
always
trying to
going to be
reach.
different.
Yeah.
Generation as well. If
And
you try to make content now versus like 15 years ago, it's incredible. I mean, 10 years ago. Let's just not lie and pretend YouTube has been around for so long.
yeah, and I will say there are other ways you can grow. Like I will say, if you want, like, say as a music producer, there's a very easy way to grow, and it's not necessarily clout chasing. I mean, like do what Shmoyu does, like and like what I did for Shy Lily. If you're trying to make music for a content creator using maybe a voice line they did or something, or even just make an original song dedicated to them, you know?
Is it the same way with like any type of content? Like even if you're just creating art, if you're drawing, if you make fan art for a bigger VTuber, you're more likely to get noticed.
Because they'll might retweet it, yeah. And I mean, like with Shiley, I mean, I did ask her. I donated, through TTS and asked her if she'd be. The first I asked if somebody made a remix slash an original song, would you be interested in reacting to that on her stream? And she said, "Oh, totally, anytime." And so then I was shaking like dude. I became a chihuahua. I was shaking so bad the moment she said she'd react to it. Oh my god, my freaking veins went cold. I was shaking. I felt like I was developing hypothermia. I was so scared.
Oh my god, you went full simp.
Well, no, because all I was gonna add, I was then okay, then sent the message after shaking. I was like, would you like? I was like, okay, in that case, I made a remix for you that took about 6 months. And she said, yeah.
And did she react to it?
She did. Like that.
Fun!
Yeah, she reacted to it live on stream, and she actually really liked it. And she actually said at the end that apparently she was having a really bad day, and my song cheered her up. It sounded like she had audio issues with her stream, and she couldn't figure it out.
Oh yeah, OBS has been a bitch lately.
It has been. It has been to some people, yeah. But but so that really made me happy. You know, I basically what I did there was I followed the Ludwig, kind of like Ludwig was a big inspiration for doing that because Ludwig showed that when he like to kind of show off as an example of making his channel blow up, he created a fake YouTube channel. He paid someone on Fiverr, like he wrote the script, but then he paid someone on Fiverr to narrate it, and then he paid another person to edit the narration into a watchable video,
I
and it
watched
was
that one.
yeah. So you saw that video?
Yeah.
And yeah, how and like they then had Miskiff watch it, right? The video
Wasn't
he
it
made.
about a freaking door?
Yeah, it was. What's so funny is I actually want to steal that idea from it, like kind of like Ludwig gave me an idea. I want to kind of develop an environment where maybe like I could be streaming any game, or like there's like maybe once a week I'll sit and I'll stream a game where anyone can join the voice call. Any VTuber I've met or content creator I've met can just join and hop in at any time, almost like a sitcom or something. Like, who will walk through that door today? And it's just like,
I did that a while. I when I was in the it was a more active group at that point. When I was in that group that I've been in for the longest, we would just like hop into voice call and see whoever's joining and just hang out on stream, which is vibe. It was the other way around as well. Like sometimes people would be in the voice call and I would just hop in like, "Hello besties, what's up today?" And I would just sit there and drinking while they're playing like Castlevania, you know.
dude.
It was a good time.
Oh
It
my
was fun.
god, having a drunk friend play a game with you is so fun. I still think one of my favorite videos I ever put on my channel, and it did not get views, and it bums me out. Was when frickin' my bud Quizzy was drunk in VR chat, and I just like was trying to hang out with him, make sure he didn't say anything he'd regret, and like, like it was so funny because we invited him on. We're like, Quizzy, we want you on VR chat. We know you're drunk right now, but we want you here because we know you'll be a fun person to be around. He said the most unhinged things, and like apparently he said a take that it severely disagrees with. He's like, you shouldn't fuck your friends because like you shouldn't fuck your friends because if you fuck your friends, you'll develop feelings for them, and you should never fuck your friends unless you're a surgeon. Or no, wait, no. He's like, you should never go inside your friend. Like, if you fuck your friends, it means you're going inside your friends, and you should never go inside your friends if you're not a surgeon. It's like, he was so funny.
Over there.
I love his freaking drunk logic. I love it so much. Oh my god.
Last time I've only been in VR chat once. When I did I did this huge donation stream for charity. Me and my friend did it, and we reached the goal in the freaking day. Like in one single day, we reached the goal.
Yeah.
So all of my goals, like all of my rewards, had been smashed entirely, and the last one was do a VR chat stream. We actually, in the end, we doubled the goal. It's like it was insane. But so I went on my first VR chat stream. I'd never in my life been in VR chat before, but my friend was like a veteran, you know. He was in VR chat when it was like back in the day. If you know VR chat back in the day, he was there. He was there.
Oh
And
my
it was like
gosh.
I had been drinking, he had been drinking, all our friends had been drinking, and we were just saying the dumbest shit and just picking like the weirdest models. At some point, I was like this little like gremlin kind of thing with pink hair. I don't even know what it was. But my friend was like talking to someone else, like, "Mommy, why did Daddy leave?" And it's like, and the girl was like, "Oh, but he's going to get milk." It's like, "What's milk?" And I just went up to him like, "Oh, honey, milk doesn't exist."
Dude,
And then
honestly, I need
it
to
was
do more
constantly
improv.
just jokes like
Yeah,
that.
that's the fun thing. I feel like I've been missing that in VR chat because what I really enjoyed was getting roped in improv. Like, one of the videos I did is honestly one of my most watched videos on my channel, and it's probably one of the oldest now because I deleted a lot of content. One of my friends convinced me to delete everything from 2015 through 2018, so all that old content's gone. Which I wish I just unlisted it because some of that was actually really good content. I kind of wish was still around, but it happens. But I have a video where I joined on McCrackle, who at the time was a pretty big VR chat streamer. Now that he's kind of given up on VR chat, which good on him. The content he's making now is more like Russian Badger style, like video, like funny video essays. That's so entertaining. No, I did delete that doodle. That like I met you in 2020, so that was way before. 2018 is like when I played Alien Isolation, Portal 2 with a friend, Escape the Prison, Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Bioshock, a lot of old stuff. But yeah, so I got held hostage at Chuck E. Cheese's in VR chat, and that was some of the funniest improv moments I've ever got roped into. Like,
At some point, we were all Mario, like Chris Pratt Mario.
oh my god, that's so
All of us
good.
were just Chris Pratt.
What I
And then we
really,
talked about the freaking Goomba War and stuff like that. It was so weird. I
oh my
had such a
god.
good time.
It's VR chat's good, and now that I have so many more friends, I want to do more on VR chat and just like kind of make like unhinged videos where you just act totally insane and do crazy things. Maybe I'm still act like the only sane person in the group. That could be so funny. Big thing I really want. I need a new model. I want a new VR chat model that matches this because I on the internet I just like being myself. And like because I guess growing up,
I like switching between like a ton of models that look nothing like me.
yeah,
There's like this flat like literally 2D Kirby model that I love.
is
It's
that
just
why somebody in
it's
chat said salty fox waffle just said, bro, remember Kirby?
he was there. He was there.
What happened?
It's funny he says that because he was also Kirby and we just all went Poyo. Not even
Pollo.
like the cute kind of Poyo. It was like Poyo. And then you
Pollo.
fly away. It
Oh
was
my
literally
gosh.
just Poyo. Like nobody talked.
That was their absolutely legendary
It
Pollo.
was so good. It was so good.
Oh my god. There's VR chat is so good. The thing for me, the reason
I
I
miss
like
the Marios.
I guess here the reason why I really like looking like myself as a VTuber is because growing up I do have autism, and combining that with ADHD, I just felt like an outcast growing up. I felt like I couldn't be myself because I'd get laughed at by people if I tried to open up about who I was. No one in school really like I only had like a couple friends in school who really I felt like I could actually relate to. And I think that's mainly in my head because apparently a lot of people really did like me. I've had so many people like reach out to me even years later on Facebook and be like check in on me because I guess I did leave a positive impact on a lot of people. It's just in my head I thought I wasn't. I've never been confident in myself, and that's VR chat changed that. VR chat made me more confident in being in myself and making me be like people like me for who I am. And that's why for me, being a VTuber, being a VR chat streamer, whatever I decide to do, like, and I showed my face cam even like after like hating, never liking the idea, and I actually enjoyed that. But for me, I felt like I couldn't be myself, and that's why I don't really want to play a character on the internet. I know a lot of VTubers want to, but I just want to be me and be accepted for who I am. You know? Ah.
There is actually a surprising few amount of VTubers that play a character. I mean, there's obviously like a couple, but I think that most of us are just ourselves behind the model. Like, no matter what the model looks like, mine is modeled after myself, but then with more titties. Obviously,
Yeah.
I have cat ears and tails in real life. Don't even question that. I just don't have the titties. No,
You do
but
got the
like
strawberries in your ears.
I did kind of model this after myself. Like she has the same kind of features as me. A bit longer hair. That's the thing. But you know,
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean that she's me entirely because I'm also a gothic, and you know this model is not.
Yeah,
I
you
do have
rock the
one that
goth
looks more like me.
aesthetic. Like holy crap. I've seen pictures of you because you posted some, and I'm just like, damn. She makes it work. Also, hello there,
There you go.
Esmeralda. Hello, hello. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I like that one. That one. So that one I
This is
kind
a
of has a
lot
goth
more like me.
aesthetic. I like
That's
that. That's so
pretty.
cute. Who made that? You have a lot of models. Who made this one?
I do have a lot of models. I know. Hato VTuber made this one.
I like this one. Honestly, I love this
This one's
aesthetic.
great. I
Uh,
love this one. It's actually very expressive too. I really like this one.
Dude, I honestly like the more like if I could get more models, I feel like I would want to make content surround like inspired off. So do you know how Markiplier like has like a whole thing? Like, do you watch Markiplier at all?
Hmm. I used
Um,
to watch that religiously too.
because do you know about his whole shtick he does with Lixian, his editor, where like he'll act like
Yeah.
Lixian's in the room with him, and Lixian will have to edit
Yeah.
himself in. I want to do that with my VTuber models, like, and how like maybe make them be fake characters, like that pop in and like say things or do something on their own or make fun of me. I feel like it could be funny, like having them be like a split personality as a joke. I feel like one of them I'd want to totally be like an old timey radio guy because I've always loved that aesthetic, just putting a high pass filter and being like, today on the Legend of Korra we have yada da 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 da. You know, sound like an old auctioneer from the 1960s maybe, or like a baseball announcer. Oh, who's on first? He's on
Totally do that.
second. I love that voice. I don't know why I love it so much. It's so good.
But
Uh,
that's a very fun thing to do. Like I've been thinking about like the curse model that I have. I've been thinking about making that like little mascot that does the talk to speech thing. I'm not really sure if I will, because I don't know how to implement it.
oh
But
yeah,
I've been thinking about doing that.
having the model be chat, and when chat does
Mm,
TTS, have it speak. I've seen that. There was a VTuber,
yeah,
I think his name was like Nocta something, Noctopus or something.
there's a lot that have been doing that. I don't know who made it though.
I want to know how to do it because I would love to have my chat be like, and have their own character on screen. I would love
Apparently, it's
that.
not that hard. I just never. That's one of the things. Like, I kind of want to find out, but I also cannot be arsed to put in the effort. You know?
Bro, can you imagine how? Oh, I just thought of this. Imagine if I did a talk show with my chat being on the couch. So my chat through TTS is who I'm interviewing. That would be
Yeah.
so fun if I could figure that out. If I could figure that out, I would totally do that. Be like, all right, today chat, we're having on. That would complete. Hold on, that would completely change the game for like for just chatting streams. My chat would actually chat with me on the couch. I want to do that, dude. I need to figure that
Yeah, but
out.
that's actually like apparently it's very easy to set up. I'm not sure how. I don't actually know, but it is very easy to set up. And by using Mix It Up, you can just automate the talk to speech as well.
Maybe I should make chat like just the hot anime girl, like you know like a hot anime girl model, but
With
specifically
huge
rigged to my chat.
badonkers.
Like it's totally like just
Huge fucking mommy milkers.
I can only imagine my chat's trying to seduce me.
Gigantic,
Like that'd be
massive
so
sex
funny.
mounds.
That'd be funny. I think that'd be so funny. Oh man, that's an idea. Like it'd probably be very costly, probably, but I want to figure that out. Also, and yes,
Like,
very much. Let's see. You've spoken. Yeah, you've spoken my name. I have. I have spoken your name, Esmeralda. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name. Also glad to have you here. Hope you're having a good time enjoying the talk show. This honestly, I'm having such a blast chatting with Ichigo here. She's so fun to talk to. Oh my god. I hope you're having fun, by the way.
I am. I'm having a good time.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I apologize if I'm keeping you up late or anything.
Okay, it's only like a quarter to 12. So
Gotcha.
that's pretty normal.
Gotcha.
Also, it's Easter, so I'm literally free tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Yeah, I hear a bunch of family and stuff going like out in the living room and stuff, but I typically like just stick to my own. So even during holidays, sometimes I hang out with them. Well, they'll probably call me out a little bit later, but I'm just gonna let them do their own thing right now. Oh man. Let's see. This
I
and
really
also
care that much for Easter. As long as I get chocolate, I am totally fine with doing
East
shit for Easter. But I live
East.
quite a ways from my parents, so I don't really want to like drive all the way over.
Yeah, Easter's kind of a mid-holiday to be honest. It's all right, but it's like
I mean, I like rabbits and I like
yeah.
eggs, like chocolate eggs. I like the chocolate I get. Other than that, I really don't. I don't care. I just get free chocolate. That's it.
Oh my gosh. Also, I think chat was very much related to what I said about wanting to be myself on the internet. They were like, same, I just want to be me.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
because I've
think it's a very normal thing, especially for VTubers, because it's kind of like I'm gonna compare it to the furry fandom again. I'm just gonna compare it to furries again. Furries have always been able to express themselves through their personas. That's like their number one way of their self-expression in a way that they can't in real life. And I think that VTubing kind of offers the same thing without a persona. And even for people with a persona, because now you can literally bring it to life. You can literally have it sit there and talk.
yeah.
It moves. And I think it's mostly the thing with people who have not been able to express themselves properly throughout their
Growing up,
entire life. And
yeah.
just kind of get the opportunity to do that now through a virtual avatar, which they can like model the way they want to.
And it sucks when people try to like turn. Dude, sorry to bring up drama, but god damn it, the fucking Hogwarts Legacy drama fucking annoyed the shit out of me. Like,
I think we're giving a game way too much power
I,
by talking about it.
what I
Like,
think,
people have been cancelled, people have been doxxed, people have been harassed. We should not give a game that much power.
no. The thing is, it's What sucks is it's just like the game was just an outlet that people could use to justify what they were going to say. Yes, I understand the people who are in the like the people who are trying to protest it peacefully. The people who are not, the people like, yeah, I don't really like supporting this idea of the game. Good on you. You totally good. It's the people who are taking so far to harass, create the website to harass streamers or to block them, and it's like, I mean,
And
look at freaking what happened to
I'm to say
Silvervale and
that nobody
Pikame.
wins by being an asshole, and that goes both ways.
Yeah, exactly. It's just and the worst thing is people were putting words in other people's mouths. It's just like they're like, if you buy the game, it means you don't. It means you like you want these people to die, and it's like, I'd never said that. Those words never left my mouth. That's literally putting words in my mouth. That's
Even that aside, I have not bought, played, or whatever. I didn't even watch the game.
same.
Mostly because I don't give a shit. I literally
Yeah,
don't. I don't care.
I have
I
a friend who
thought Harry
plays, and
Potter
I'm
was
just like,
mid
hey,
ever
good on
since
you.
I was 12. So everyone's like, "Oh, you don't like it just because it's a trend now." No, I have written in my fucking diary when I was like 11 or 12 that I thought it was very disappointing. So you can't actually hold that against me, Twitter. Cancel me.
Oh
No, but like
man.
I think by talking about a game, even after the whole controversy has ended already, we are giving it way too much power, and it shouldn't have that much power. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what Joanne wants, and I'm not playing her game. Either of them. Like,
Yeah.
either the big game or the video game, I'm not playing them.
Exactly. Yeah. No, there's so much about like freaking I don't know. I cancel culture is so dumb. It's so dumb.
It is. Cancel culture is really, really stupid. It's honestly ridiculous because it does nothing. It achieves nothing.
That's why like
You can cancel Elon Musk, and the next day he's gonna tweet again and get 200,000 likes. It's fine. Nobody gives a shit. Canceling doesn't do anything.
no, it doesn't. And I will
Doesn't.
say that like I mean a great example. I mean, and he's probably the biggest example of this. I mean, look at Mini Lad. If you did you hear about what happened to him?
No. I have no
Okay.
idea who that is.
He was a big content creator. He would do charities for kids in Africa. He even flew out there, dug wells. He paid for some kids at a stadium, like he would like funded a whole school, so they named the stadium after him. Came out that it came out like a bunch of people came forward and like, yeah, we're underage people that he literally was sexually harassing, sending pictures to, begging us to send him pictures. Basically came out he was a pedophile, basically.
It's always the same type of people, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Isn't that
basic
the same thing that happened with like Shane Dawson?
I think, yeah. What sucks though with Mini Lad,
Not just children, by the way. Like this has been caught on video too. Uh, like for starters, like 12 to 14-year-old girls, for starters. Second off, he's also been accused of bestiality with his cat.
yeah, I've heard about that. But like what
I,
sucks.
as a cat, do not take it lightly.
Because here's the thing, I think that what happened with Mini Lad is he got hit by cancel culture and not the law. For one,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the same thing for Shane Dawson. Like he got canceled, but he's still like walking around freely,
yeah.
making
Whereas
content, making money. Nobody gives a shit.
which is why I think that many should have been taken to court for one to be tried for because here's the thing, and I hate to say it because with all the evidence stacked against him, but as they say, innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, or just innocent until proven guilty. But still, he's necessary. Like he should have gone to court for one to get either proven innocent or guilty, but two, it would have probably like he actually would have faced some punishment for his actions other than just the internet canceling him. But also when I've heard tell that he also escaped, like he moved out of the U.S. to escape the law in the first place, so it couldn't affect him.
You do realize that U.S. law is very much able to be bought, right?
Yep, I know. He
If
also
you
might
have
have
enough
paid
money,
himself
the
out.
judge
Yeah,
is willing to like look away.
yeah. Let's see. I
I mean,
always try to let my
it is America after all.
yeah. Chat just said I always try to let my actions speak for me. I support my trans friends. I donate to initiatives to improve the living conditions of trans people, and I made the personal choice to not support the game. But I believe that harassing people over playing it accomplishes nothing. Exactly. And
I second that.
and I know of a streamer who literally was like, I'm gonna buy the game because I want to play it, but I'm gonna donate the same amount of money to to actual agencies that will help trans people because they're like,
Listen, I don't really care what people try to like how people try to justify playing the game. You don't have to justify it.
you
If you want to
shouldn't.
play a
You
game,
shouldn't have to
play a
play a game.
game.
It's a game. It's a game. You shouldn't have to justify playing a game. I'm
Like,
gonna say it straight.
there's a difference between wanting to play a game because it's nostalgic to you and that's totally understandable, and maybe even wanting to stream it. That's also sort of understandable. I personally would make the choice that if I had wanted to play the game, I would play it privately,
Here's the
and I'd
thing.
not give
If you're
parts
not
than it
hurting
already has.
someone, if you're not, here's my opinion. If you're not hurting someone, you should never have to justify your actions. If you're not hurting someone or something or some animal,
Well,
you shouldn't have to
there's a
justify what you're
thing.
doing to people.
There's a thing in this case, though, where you are actually hurting someone by playing this game. Because there are trans people out there that are going to feel like you don't support them anymore, or they don't feel welcome, or they don't feel safe. And that
Yeah,
is also a form of hurt.
yeah.
And that's something
Even
that
if
should be
it's
taken into
unintentional.
account as well. Even if it doesn't necessarily make sense to you as like someone who isn't transgender, there are always going to be people who don't feel comfortable seeing that type of content from someone they
Yeah.
trust and support and
And no, I
like.
totally get that, and I totally get that, and it's like and the
That
big
does
thing is,
mean that essentially you are hurting somebody, even if you don't mean it.
yeah, and that's very much a good point. Yeah, I mean, of course, you can't please everyone. Like
No,
even there,
definitely not.
so it's like there are people like even there's so much. Life is hard. You can't make everyone happy, especially if you're trying to be someone on the internet. It's no matter how much you avoid landmines, you're gonna step on one. One day, you're gonna step on a landmine because guess what? You're in the public eye. Someone out there, no matter how small, they literally could just be one person you anger, but you could step on a landmine and make that person have a vendetta against you or just literally despise you. That can
Or
happen.
without making people of enemies, but there's a difference between trying to play your own game as safely as possible by not upsetting people, or just accidentally, stepping on somebody's toes. There's nothing wrong with that because it's accidentally. But there's a whole different thing where you're just trying to, where you're purposely going out of your way to insult or harm people in a way that shouldn't be, that shouldn't even cross your mind because it's just petty and it doesn't prove a point at all. And the only people that are going to applaud you for it are people that are just as petty as you. And for some
Yep.
people, that's achievement. They can see it as such. If that's the hill they want to die on, then I'm not gonna stop them. But it's
Yeah.
kind of weird to me. I don't understand why you would go out of your way to upset someone. Like, what kind of accomplishment does that get you?
Intentionally, like
Intentionally, yeah, yeah,
because
exactly. If you're
you
going
can
out of your way, it's
unintentionally.
definitely intentional. No, if you're going out of your way to hurt someone, it's always intentional.
Yeah. It's like, but
So
it's
I
like
don't understand what kind of like what sense of achievement you get from that. I
because there
really don't
like there's some
understand.
people like when it comes to the game, there's some people who are just playing because they grew up watching Harry Potter. They liked Harry Potter. They might not even know what J.K. Rowling has or has not done, and they just are like, I just want to play a game.
Fine, that's totally
And
fair.
that's like, yeah, they're not going out of their way to hurt anybody. They're literally just trying to play a game. So it's like what sucks to me is when people take that, and I get it. Yes, it will hurt people. There are people who are gonna get hurt by that. And the thing that sucks is there are people who will get hurt just by you saying like, I like cheeseburgers. Somebody be like, well, what? You don't like
This
hamburgers?
is
Literally,
comparable. This
yeah.
is not
Well,
comparable.
I think, well, I'm trying to say, I know that's not as comparable, but like, the point I'm trying to prove is, no matter what you'll do, no matter what you'll say, if you're in the public eye, you can upset people unintentionally. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but that's when you do it unintentionally. There's a very big difference between, accidentally stepping on some toes, which can happen, and then there's also just going out of your way to upset somebody or hurt people in a way that you know is going to damage them.
hmm
Even if it doesn't necessarily damage them forever, it is going to at least damage their trust in you.
yeah,
And that's a whole different thing than just saying, oh, I don't like vanilla ice cream and y'all suck for liking vanilla ice cream. That's a different kind of thing.
yeah.
It's a whole
again,
different way.
I know
And
it's very
especially
different.
with the controversy around the game, you literally know about it, and you still choose
And I'm not gonna play it
to make the
myself. I'm
decision
not gonna play it
of
myself.
playing it
So
on stream.
yeah,
Not you specifically. Not you specifically. I'm just saying about. I'm just saying people in general know about the controversy about it, and they just still decide to play it and they stream it.
yeah,
Fair. I
very fair.
don't give a shit. Honestly, I do
Yeah,
not
I
care.
don't.
I will not
The
watch.
only thing that I would
But
care about is if people that like say that person says they're doing it, and then they announce something like, "Oh, I'm doing this just to upset the people who are upset at me."
exactly,
That's like, yeah,
that's the
those
point.
that
Like
bad people like that.
I don't understand why it would go out of your way to upset somebody. And this goes both ways, by the way. This goes either way. It goes to the people who play the game and get harassed, and it goes to the people who play the game to harass.
Yeah, and I will
There's two
say,
sides to this, and both sides are fucking wrong.
yeah, and I will say the one thing that I heard from like I've heard this from several different VTubers, big and small, and it's a great comparison to this game. And some people disagree, but I do think it's very similar in some regards. Because the thing is, if you're saying that somebody playing a game is supporting a view, you could say the same about somebody buying cell phones is supporting child labor, because it's been proven that a lot of like children are forced to make cell phones in like China and Asian
It's
governments.
the same. It's the same argument that people use for like, oh, you can't. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism, which is bullshit. I mean, yeah, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism, but that doesn't mean you have to go out of your way to like do something harmful. There's a whole different thing when like, oh, you're buying an iPhone and thus you're contributing to capitalism and child labor stuff like that. Yeah, I get it. Blah de
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah.
Very fair. Some
Very
things you
fair.
need to survive
It's
in
like
this world. At the moment, that a mobile phone is kind of part of that. Sadly, I don't like to admit it, but sadly, a mobile phone is kind of part of the world right now.
yeah, and I will say like
Playing a game is not.
yeah, no, and here's the thing, especially like people's like here's the thing. Telling people that you will be hurting other people by playing this game, that's fact. That is true. You're right, you will be. Because there are some people who genuinely like they look at this game as something that will hurt them or a friend, or people that they like, or like not maybe necessarily hurt them or a friend, but hurt people that they is respect the right word, but like just like they are empathetic towards trans people, and they're like, like I totally understand where the trans people come from. Yeah, that's factual. What's not factual are the people who are going up to the streamers who are playing this game and are just like you like who are put like I hate this so much because I've seen this happen. It's not just this game. It's in general. I hate when people put words in people's mouths. It's just like by playing this game, you want trans people
Definitely.
to die. It's like no, I never
No, if
said
you're
that. They never
if
said
you're
that.
assuming if you're assuming someone's intentions are always bad, you are the bad person.
Yep, yep. Exactly.
Like I fully understand that some people just want to play the game and have fun.
Uh,
I understand that.
and
I
I see
really don't give a shit if you do.
yeah.
Genuinely. Go
I
and
mean,
have
I have a
fun,
friend who
bestie. Go
plays it.
out there.
I have a friend who's playing it. They thought they were trans for the longest time. Now they realize they're just non-binary. But they'll still stream it because they like the
I
game,
also
and that's totally
think that's
fair.
like I one thing that I hate about this whole controversy is I have trans friends that have been bombarded with messages trying to get like sneakily get their approval to play the game. Like, bitch, if you want to play the game, play the fucking game.
Yeah,
You don't need brownie points.
that's like you know
Go
what that
away.
is, and I hate it's kind of like asking a friend if it like for verification that you can say the N word. It's almost like that, It's not
It's like
exactly,
that.
but it's kind
like
of.
that. It's
Uh,
like that, but less bad because
yeah,
everyone has access to this game if you wanted to, if you have the money for
exactly.
it.
And also, I
And
do.
also, there's another thing about like, oh, it's not that bad because I have a trans friend that plays it, which is also an argument I hear a lot. It's still not a good argument because that is one person that plays it
Yeah.
versus a lot of people that are offended and upset by it. Like, that
Mm,
doesn't cancel each other out. Just because that one friend is okay with it, I'm happy for them, but it doesn't cancel out the actual problem. And then there's also a lot of people that take it way out of context and they're like, oh, if you play this game, you want trans people to die. Like, calm down, honey, calm down.
dude, I
Go
hate when
sit and
people
eat your
twist
food,
words.
eat
I
your
hate that.
burger. It's
It's like it's putting words in people's mouths or twisting their words. It's
yeah,
like those two annoy the crap out of me. I had
but it
someone
goes the
doing
other
that
way
to me
too.
too. Not
It goes the other way
trauma,
around
but
as well. It goes the other way around. Every time people find out that somebody has a problem with the game, they're like, "Oh, you must be a transgender." Like, bro, I just don't like Joanne. Can we just
Yeah,
can we just agree that I hate Joanne?
yeah.
Is that is
Also,
that too
Illustra,
hard?
also Illustra said something very that I think makes sense. They said, "I compare the game to smoking in front of me. Sure, it
Hmm.
is your choice to smoke. Go ahead, but don't be mad at me for walking away from the secondhand smoke." And you know that makes perfect sense to
Yeah,
me
that's
because
one
I am
reasonable
that
thing.
person who walks away from smokers because, well, for one, I have asthma, so not really good for my lungs if I breathe in smoke. But two, I just don't want to be
I, I,
around
I
that.
low-key think smoking is kind of hot. I won't lie, but I will do the same thing. I will do this with like people playing the Harry Potter game because I just don't want to see it.
Yeah, it's like, and I totally get that people want to walk away, and
Mhm.
it's
I
like,
mean, I have friends that played it and they kept it to themselves and they were very happy playing it. They had a good time. They finished the game.
yeah.
It's over. Well, there you go. That's a way
And
to
maybe
deal with
some
it.
people just want to post funny moments. They stream and they want to post their funny moments from the game.
Well,
It's like,
by all
that's
means,
fine.
go do it. As
It's
long as you're not trying to like
the,
oh, there's one more argument that pisses me off. There's just one thing that annoys me to no end. And that's the fact that everyone's like, but the game has a transgender girl in it, so it's not transphobic. Sure, Jan, sure. That's like a Karen saying, I worked with a black lady once. I am not racist. We never talked, but I did work in the same space as her.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
a good argument. It's not.
It's not a good argument. It's literally the most nonsense argument
But again, like
purposefully
you know,
put into
like you
there by
said
the game
something.
devs.
The thing is, you said something that makes so much sense. You even said yourself, you shouldn't have to justify yourself for playing a game.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. It's a game.
It's a game. It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
I
But
mean, I understand the controversy around
I
it.
do.
I
I do.
definitely do. That's the reason I didn't play it. That's the reason I avoided all content around it. But you
Same,
shouldn't have
same.
to justify it if you just want to play the game.
Exactly.
There is a big difference between just wanting to have fun and, trying to be problematic.
Yeah, there's a big difference
There,
between
I
want to
mean,
have fun and want to be
obviously,
problematic.
there's a lot more to it because I mean obviously Joanne is getting a lot of the royalties to this game.
Yep.
Um
I mean,
because it's her
she's
it's her intellectual property. So she gets royalties and she's already stated that those royalties are going into harmful causes. Which is another reason to not purchase the game, or at least not first hand. Maybe get it second hand if you gotta. But
or
giving her
sail the
more
high
money,
seas, if you know what I mean.
yeah, like giving her more money in the end isn't going to change much because she's like the richest woman on earth anyway.
Yep. Yeah.
So if she wanted to donate a lot of money to those causes, she would anyway.
Yep.
Um, so and she does. She does, by the way. She absolutely does. She is harmful and toxic and awful like that.
Oh man,
I don't
yeah.
believe anyone is inherently evil, but I do think that she is not a good egg.
Yeah, not the best egg. I mean, yeah, they exist. Also, I mean, it kind of goes like I don't know why I thought of this, but like it's kind of like with Zion and her suspension. Like I'm pretty sure the main reason she got suspended, the main kicker was she basically implied that a girl in a video game deserved to get
Mm-hmm.
taken
Yeah.
advantage of, right? Because she was
Yeah.
hot. Literally, I think
I
that was the
saw
joke she made.
that. That was like a very poor
That
taste.
was a very bad joke.
Very poor
Like
taste.
it's a bit like she goes, it kind of makes sense. It's like, h- how does it make sense that a girl did get got had? Huh? I'm sorry. Like especially as someone like for me, I was sexually taken advantage of when I was younger, so that kind of really hits home. I necessarily don't think she deserved to get canceled, but damn, she needs to go.
She deserves to get fired over that. I'm
She
just
yeah,
gonna say it.
I think she deserved at least, if anything, she needed to face punishment. She needed to face the
Yes.
what's the consequences of her actions. Should have faced. I really hope she learns to be a better person from this. If she doesn't, goddamn, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I do believe that she got what she deserved for that. Like not necessarily like her entire termination, but that was definitely the final straw. Like she deserved that suspension at the very least, and I personally believe she deserved to get fired for that either, because that's a very weird thing to say when you are literally affiliated with a company. That's
Yep.
not a good picture for the company. You gotta keep in mind that you are
And now
literally
Nietzsche Sanji's
like,
lost so many stocks because of it.
yes. Not just because of her though. Like they also lost a lot of baseball stocks because of a Japanese VTuber that didn't understand baseball and was tweeting about it. I think she was unfairly terminated because she just like literally doesn't know what happens in baseball, but people got very upset about that for some reason, and then she got terminated the same day.
It's so funny because I remember, like, years ago in America, baseball was literally referred to as America's pastime. Pretty sure nowadays Americans don't get like, yeah, people still watch baseball, but I think football, American football, I hate it. But apparently, I think it's definitely become bigger, the biggest sport in America. Whereas I
Oh,
think
I don't
now
like sports at all.
Japan, I don't either. I hate sports. I'm not a big fan. But I think in Japan, though, I think baseball is one of the biggest sports over there.
It is. It is. Nichi Sanji actually has a lot of sponsorships in that too.
Really? I guess
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense, I guess.
Well,
Uh,
and I don't think it makes sense, but apparently they do. No, but like, I think getting back on the topic of Nichi Sanji talents that may have been terminated too quickly or not. What's your thoughts about Yugo?
I don't know the full reasons why but here's the thing.
Nobody
Do
does.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's the thing that
knows.
sucks. Because here's the thing. I loved like Yugo. I didn't watch
They were
many
my
clips.
favorite when they started out. Like they were literally my favorite. I love the
I
design. I like
l-
the voice, the vocals.
I
It's just so
I
good.
loved their vocal practice streams. I thought that was so
Mm.
entertaining. That's the main thing I saw from Yugo. Other than that, I never really saw much. Again,
Oh, they were really funny.
with the amount of VTubers that exist and content creators that I watch, it's like I don't keep 100% up with anybody. There's nobody I know everything about what they're doing or what content they're putting
Oh
out.
no, definitely not. But I think that knowing everything and watching every single video also borders on obsession,
Yep,
which is an
yep,
ugly word in this community.
yep. It kind of is. Yeah, you're not wrong. Uh, it's like I don't know, and I also will say, and speak is like I don't know why like this has come to mind, but well, actually before I get into that, someone said in chat they said I have a friend that well actually let me read the one right above it because it's interesting. No ethical consumption under capitalism, which I'll be honest, I have no idea what that actually means when you said that, but they said that it's
It
like
means
saying
capitalism bad.
oh okay. They said like it's like saying there is no good food at McDonald's, and that being your argument for buying a McScorpion instead of a McChicken.
Huh, basically.
And then
It's like there's no ethical consumption under capitalism, and then you just never buy food ever again in your life, or what? Like it's such a stupid nonsense. It's a nonsense argument.
there's a lot of nonsense arguments, but yeah. Alessia also said after they said I have a friend that kept asking me if it was okay with playing the game, and I wasn't, but it was fine to just shrug and not be okay. But they want to be clear to guilt, so they kept pushing. And the thing I think is they didn't want to hurt you. They were trying to find a way to play the game. They want to enjoy the game, but not hurt your feelings by playing the game, which I can totally understand that mindset. And I know that
But
maybe.
the point here was that they're going to hurt her feelings
Mhm.
anyway by playing
And
the
that
game.
sucks. It's like, it's a matter of, because the thing is, yeah, they could just choose not to play the game, therefore not hurting your feelings. They also, though, it's like they're trying to figure out a way how they can play something they enjoy. It's like I understand both sides. I understand it's gonna hurt you, but I also understand why they want to do something they enjoy. Because here's the thing, humanity. I feel like a lot of us, all we're searching out, like we want to enjoy our lives.
I mean,
Because
again, you don't have to justify it.
yeah, and
You,
again,
you really shouldn't have to justify it.
you
But
shouldn't.
the fact is that it does make people feel a certain way about it, and that's just a consequence you're going to have to live with.
Yeah. Well, and again, hopefully, I hope you're still friends with them. I hope, because the thing is, like, if you hopefully you guys can get past that, because good friends. Because here's the thing, every friendship has its ups and downs. Like even if it's something big, like if you can move on past it, it just means your friendship gets stronger. I'm gonna be brutally honest. Unless that person continues to hurt you. If they continue to do things that hurt you, get rid of them. They're not a friend. But if that person, that's like the only big thing they've done to hurt you, and they keep trying to make it up to you, they keep trying to be a better friend. That's a good friend. That's a friend that to keep around. That and I would like you can always improve a friendship, and if they're like when something bad happens, finding a way to overcome that it just means you're better friends in the end. You know. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but
I won't necessarily say that you're better friends in the end. I don't agree with that.
well, I would just mean like if you can overcome hardship, you know?
If you can overcome a hardship that is external, yes. If you overcome a hardship that is internal, then no. That is irreparable damage. If you damage somebody's trust by intentionally hurting them or doing something that you know is going to upset them, then you are basically damaging their trust. And that's not going to come back.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be a small thing, it can be a big thing, but that little bit of trust is going to be gone. You're not going to be better friends in the end. You're going to be less friends in the end, even though you're still friends.
And I guess also Lester just said like I'm not asking them to play not play the game. They can play the game, but man up and say sorry we hurt you rather than I am not hurting you actually because and dot dot dot. And yeah, that's true. Because the thing is, they shouldn't like. Here's the thing: they should not like. What I'm saying. Yeah, they should know they're hurting you. I'm not saying they shouldn't know that. They should be able to take that into account. And you know, they definitely shouldn't be trying to justify and saying I'm not actually hurting you because of this. But if they can apologize that they're hurting you by doing that, you know, again, like you can't please everyone with everything you do. You can't. And I know they could have hurt you, whether that's like you might feel in a way it feels slightly intentional because the fact they are playing a game you know that hurts your opinions and all that. But like it's a matter of choosing if you can forgive them for that as well as letting them do. It's hard. Relationships are hard, and this is always hard,
Agree
talk
with what
about.
Mark says over here.
Trust is like that. It's like Lady Gaga said, if you break something you can mend it, but you'll still see the cracks. Yeah, trust is like that. Exactly. That's
Hmm.
very fair. It's why if you leak enough of people's secrets, no one's gonna tell you their secrets.
I
Like
mean, yeah, obviously.
yeah.
That's a no-brainer. But the thing is, still, you're let's just say you're asking to like kick my dog and I'm like, "No, you can't kick my dog. That's dumb." And you're like, "Well, I'm going to kick him anyway, and it's okay because, he's a stupid dog or something like that." And I'm just like, "No, you can't kick my fucking dog." And you do it anyway. I am going to hold that against you for the rest of your life. Even
Yep.
though you didn't kick him hard, even though maybe he did bite you, but I'm not going to let you live that down.
Yeah.
That's just like maybe a stupid kind of comparison, but is the same kind of thing. You did something against my will.
Yep.
That's not going to be repaired. You can obviously try and piece the puzzles together, but you can still see the cracks. And she's never going to forget that.
Yep. And
There's a whole different way in talking about it. If you're like, "Oh, I want to kick your dog because he bit me," and I'm like, "No, you can't kick my dog," and you're like, "All right, okay, maybe I won't kick your dog then, but I will look at him very meanly." Fine, be like that. That's fine. That's a whole
yeah.
different approach.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Again, life is an enigma. There's no right or wrong way to live your life. There really isn't. And
There is definitely a wrong way to live your life.
well, yeah, there are. There's some ways that
There are
are wrong.
many wrong ways to live
But
your
I'm just
life,
saying, like
but
you
there's
can,
not definitely not one certain right way to live your life.
yeah. And so, whether or not, again, it sucks this controversy happened. It's like, especially because here's the thing. I just like no. The biggest thing I don't want anyone to think of is because it's not the game's fault. It's not necessarily the
No,
friend's
it's not the
fault.
game's fault. Absolutely not.
It's
It
more
never has been.
yeah. It's the fact that it's the creator and that she's benefiting from it.
It's the
So
it's the one that holds the intellectual property. It's not even the creator itself.
yeah.
The creators are the game devs. The game devs are wonderful people.
Yes. Let's see. I'm more like the type that is like, if Ichi's dog bit me and I kicked him out of reflex, I'd say, sorry, I kicked the dog. Sorry, I got angry. Don't say, not my fault. He bit me. Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
of
Exactly.
course. Like, yeah.
That's the fundamental difference here is the way you act around it. You don't go asking your trans friends for brownie points so you can play the game.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. That's like asking your black friends if it's okay to say they like chicken. You
Yeah.
know? That's weird. It's a weird thing. And
It's
you
a
don't
weird
do
thing to
that.
say. You don't do that. No.
You don't ask your black friends to like, hey, can I make this very racist, controversial point about everybody that's black liking watermelon? Like, you don't ask that kind of thing. You don't say those kind of things.
And
That's
here's
weird.
also a
That's
thing,
offensive.
and this is kind of for someone who loves to be open, like an open book and honest with everyone. So take this with a pinch of salt, I guess. But it's okay not to tell everyone everything.
I'm reading Mark's comment. But
Yeah,
pun to pancake just sounds really funny. Also,
imagine.
please don't kick my dog,
Yeah,
okay?
it's
I
like,
will literally eat you alive if you kick my dog.
yeah, this is a lot of attention for a game and a controversy that doesn't deserve it. Yeah, I know. It's,
Yeah,
it's,
exactly, exactly.
it's. Oh God,
I
it's
am
really
more
sad.
interested in the controversy around it than the actual game itself because I don't care about the game. I am
Yeah.
interested in the way people react to it.
Yeah, exactly. Like for me, the biggest thing the thing that hurts me is seeing that people who are just, they're not trying to hurt people. And it sucks. I mean, this happens in many different this can like this game is not the first example of this. This happens all the time, all throughout life. People who do something and it accidentally hurts someone, whether they knew they were going to accidentally hurt them unintentionally or they did not know they were going to unintentionally. It sucks. I don't like seeing people get hurt. That's the biggest thing. I wish that we could live our lives without hurting others, but I do think that's impossible. I think you will hurt people, whether intentionally or not, and it's a mistake. You will learn over time. Maybe you shouldn't hurt people this way, and sometimes maybe it's an unavoidable way you can hurt people. Like, and there's many different variations. It's a lot. It's a lot. Sorry if we went on if this was a very long tangent, but I don't know. It's an interesting conversation to have, but it also is kind of
It is an interesting conversation to have, but I also think that um, sometimes giving something this much attention is only
yeah,
making it worse. Like
yeah,
I'm very interested in the way people like react to it, like both sides of it, because there's
yeah.
very rational people on both sides, and there's extremist people on both sides, and I think like both of those extremists are very very wrong. Um, but in the end, we're giving a game way too much power for what's supposed to be just a fucking video game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just pixels on a screen, y'all. It's pixels. Look, I am pixels. We're all
Yep,
pixels.
we're all pixels. I mean, and technically, I feel like also like here's the thing, like I feel like giving attention to something like is always can always backfire. It's like,
Yeah, definitely. No, it can definitely backfire. Everything has consequences, whether they be good or bad.
yep.
But there's a
I
lot
mean,
of
there's good
things
publicity. I don't
surrounding
know.
this. Yeah, there's just a lot of things surrounding this topic specifically that have so much nuance that it's just very hard to get them right.
I don't think there is
And that
necessarily a
goes
real
further.
right. I think that's the main problem is like it's one of those situations where it's a gray area. There is no right. Like there's no true right path here.
No,
Like
there isn't. But there's also like a lot of wrong paths, and we've seen a lot of wrong paths being taken
yeah.
publicly, largely. Like I bet you've heard of the concept white woman tears, right?
I've heard of it, I think, yeah.
It's when a white woman claims to be harassed or whatever by people of color, and she's crying about it, and people flock to that. We have now developed cis woman tears, which is when a cis woman cries about being harassed over her own decisions. I'm not pointing fingers here, but this is definitely what happens, and there's a fan base around it that is going fucking ham.
Yeah.
Like, people need to realize the amount of impact they have by crying openly. I mean, yes, it's awful that you got harassed.
There's
It
no
really,
good or
really
bad
is.
publicity. There is
There is
publicity.
there's
Yeah.
definitely no good way to do this. And it's awful that you got harassed, doxxed and stuff like that. Nobody should ever have to experience that. But crying about it openly on stream is going to weaponize your community against vulnerable people that could use your support more than ever right now. And they
Yeah.
chose to do that. And that's cis woman tears. It's the same as white woman tears. It's
Yeah.
just weaponizing people's
I don't know. Drama
intelligence.
just sucks. I think we can all
It
disagree
does
that
suck. And
drama
that's why I
sucks.
hope that we can just bury this bullshit because it makes no
I hope,
fucking sense.
dude. And dude, I hate how immediately after that drama, people started trying to start up other drama about the game Atomic Heart, saying like, "Oh, playing this game supports the Nazis," or something like that. It's like, it's just people need to stop trying to start drama. Drama is not fun for anyone. It's not. Like, and the big thing I think is just that. Like, here's the internet has been both a blessing and a curse, because here's the thing. It lets us share opinions. We can learn easier on the internet, yes. But here's the problem. It also opens up the door for people to argue their opinions and hurt each other more with little to no consequence.
Hmm.
I don't know.
You know,
It's
but there's two sides to everything in that case. Like,
there
especially
is.
to the internet. Like something as vast as the entire internet's always going to have their bad apples, and sadly, those bad apples like to cluster together into one big rotten basket of apples, which stinks up the place. It's just
Yep.
bad,
I do apologize,
and they
Trina,
infect others.
if the chat if this went in a more sad turn. I don't know. It's just like with something that came to mind, and it's just I felt like it'd be an interesting conversation. Like again, I'm not trying to start drama. I don't want to hurt anybody. Like I know one of my friends, Quizzy, gets super annoyed when we're on our podcast because like he'll say something controversial or a hot take, and I just try and like literally take the neutral route. I don't like to start stuff. I've
I don't
never.
understand why people always want to hear like definite opinions on something. Like if you want my God, honest to God opinion on it, I'll give you it. But that kind of defeats the purpose of having a conversation on it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's like I don't want to hurt anybody. That's the biggest thing. That's never been my intention. Even when it's
Like
someone.
Elle says, no one wants to be the bad guy.
Yeah. Again. Yeah.
But I
Exactly.
don't care. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna come out here right now. I don't give a shit if I am the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy. If I have to be the bad guy to someone who's playing the game is like, oh, people are harassing me for playing this game. I'm sorry people are harassing you, but it's your own fucking fault. I'm just being honest here. You
Yeah.
know the controversy around this game. You know how people react to it. And you're going to cry and whine about having people being mean to you? I'm sorry, but it's your own fucking fault. You did this to yourself by inviting it in by playing this game that has been super controversial.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you deserve it. I'm just saying you did this to yourself.
Yeah. It's like here's the thing. For me, I'm mad at both parties. I'm mad at
I
the
am
people
too.
harassing, and I am
Harassment is never the fucking answer, and you're
no.
always the asshole.
Exactly. It's like it's again, it's a matter of everyone here is hurting each other. It's basically it sucks, and I don't think there's any way people are really gonna heal from it. Because the big thing is telling people not to play the game is not the answer. Telling people to play the game, that not the answer. Because here's the biggest thing: telling people to do
You know what is
anything.
the answer? Just leaving people the fuck alone.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
That's the
Telling people to
answer.
do
That's the only
anything
answer.
is not the answer because you want to know what? It's a tried and true. It's a tried and true statement since the beginning of time. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. You cannot force people to live their life the way you want them to. And also, in general, I mean, like Ichigo was saying, you don't pay as much attention to what people are doing. Don't let one person's choices about their life affect you. And I know that might suck because I mean, it literally could be
Well, it's not just one person in this case. It's
well,
like
and
multiple
I
users.
will say, well, I'm just saying, don't let the decisions of others affect
I'm
your mental
listen.
state.
I'm just saying, like, if you do something that is highly controversial and you complain about the consequences, you did that to yourself. I'm not saying you deserve the consequences. I'm just saying that you should have used those two brain cells and made that connection that playing a game that is this badly
Yeah.
like looked upon is gonna get you some negative reactions, and you should know that. You can
Hmm.
just block and move on instead of crying about it.
Yep. And yeah,
It
again,
really isn't that deep. It's not rocket science. It's a Harry Potter game with
yeah.
like 28 spells at the most.
I mean, all like again, it's like totally just everything. Like every take that we make on it can be taken any way. It's there. Like everyone has different beliefs. That's a big thing. No one has the same thought process you do. Not because here's the thing, our brains are all different. Different. The way
That's
we
the
think
thing.
about
Like
life.
we can still respect people's opinion on it even if we don't agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't agree
Agree
with
to
playing the game,
disagree.
but I will still leave people in their value and just like if you want to play the game, go play the game, bestie. You do you.
It's like here's the thing. You
I
can
have friends that play it.
yeah, and again,
I don't care.
And you can have friends who also, yeah, you can have friends who do things you don't like and still be friends with them. You might not like that, and maybe you need to tell that friend, hey, don't talk to me when you are doing this if it's something you really don't like. But,
Yeah, but
again,
I recently made I mean recently I have been making continuous statements about my objection to lollies. Like I don't mind lolly VTubers, don't get me wrong. Like I think they're very cute. I think they're very wholesome. I like that shit. The problem
yeah.
arises when they have like either a not safe for work art tag or stuff like that, or they in
Yeah, I'm kind of
they
agree.
they
I'm
dress
right
like
here with you on this.
ogre.
I'm not the
And
biggest
I'm
fan
just
of
kind of like, no, I'm
sexualizing.
gonna block that.
Because here's the
I'm not
thing.
gonna interact. I'm gonna block and I'm gonna move on, and that's it.
Yeah, the biggest argument
I'm
people
not
throw
gonna
at you.
publicly out them.
Yeah, the thing that publicly, I mean, the thing that seems to be the biggest argument is illegally it's okay because they're a fictional character, and it's personally, oh my god.
Actually, legally, it is not okay over here. Over here,
Over
it
there, yeah.
registers as child porn.
In America, for
Like,
some
legit.
reason, it doesn't.
Yeah, well, it's different per country. In Japan, it doesn't register as the same either. So it's different per country, but over here, it is actually classified as child porn.
And in some, yeah, it's oh
Yes,
god,
exactly. It is more like an aesthetic than just a character design trope. I'm okay with it being aesthetic. That's
yeah.
totally fine. I think they're super cute. I just don't like it when they're looted because that
Yeah.
makes me very uncomfortable. So I just
And I
block and
totally
I move
understand that.
on.
I'm kind of right there with you. I mean, I tweeted that out a while ago that I personally find it very, I mean, this was a long while ago. I find it uncomfortable that people sexualize lollies. And I know some
Yeah.
people get canceled for saying that because they're like, these are fictional characters. It's not a
Oh
problem.
yeah, but you know what? It's a whole thing when like
It's another
you're
one of those
not allowed to
arguments.
dislike it because suddenly you're an anti. Like just behave. They're always like
Oh my God.
40-year-old as well. Like, do you live in your mom's basement too, or what? Come
Yeah,
on, man. Just accept the fact that I don't like a thing. We can all just move on. It's
yeah,
really
it's
not
like,
that deep. It's not rocket science. I'm not calling anybody out unless you're like specifically problematic and going after actual minors. Then yes, I am going to call you out
oh
because
yeah,
I do
I
not
mean,
support pedophilia in the slightest. But if you're just like posting lollies with their tits out, I am going to be incredibly disgusted and I will block you and
yep.
I will move on. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's not that deep. Okay? Just accept that I don't like a thing just like you don't like a thing. It's the same thing as like, oh, you don't like vanilla ice cream? You fucking suck for liking vanilla ice cream. I'm not gonna call anyone out on that. I'm just gonna ignore it.
Man, drama is just not fun. I just want to. That's like I for temporarily tried running a news channel. I just got kind of sick of it because I just didn't like getting roped into drama because people kept asking me to report on it or like report on
Yeah.
drama or it's like and then some of my videos got like negative response. And, or like the people I was talking about in the drama like kept on trying to basically defame me, and it's like I just I
Yeah.
don't like it. I don't like that at all. It's just ugh.
It's always like the same kind of group of incels that you just know has never touched a woman in their life anyway.
Yeah.
I know I have a very strong opinion about this,
Like
and I
there's
think that's fine.
like I'm honestly
Honestly.
surprised the guy I made a video on didn't freaking get called like I made a video on a guy. I'm not gonna say who, but basically talked about how he like I literally opened up the video a couple with the biggest thing I think he should have come clean about, which is literally there's evidence supporting the fact that he literally did chargebacks on an artist. He paid for emotes and didn't pay her,
Oh yikes.
which I think universally that's happened time and time again, and it shows the kind of scumbag you are if you're willing to do that. You just aren't paying the people you should be paying. You agreed to pay, and they literally
Did they take
delivered.
that up with PayPal?
I think they did. I don't know. I don't fully know, but it's like I was provided the screenshots, and it's like it's just oh my god. And there's a lot
It's
more
terrible.
behind that
These are the
guy.
most. I literally tweeted that today, but these are the two most controversial topics in this goddamn community. First is do artists deserve to live? Question mark, and the other one is pedophilia bad.
It's there's so many takes in this community that just it's
Why
like
can't we just be nice? Why
I
can't we
know.
just be civil?
This
Can
is
we
why
just
I've
be
taken. This is why, honestly, I've tried to step away from all that drama. I know sometimes I talk
Mhm.
about it like on the stock show, and I apologize if I brought the mood down. But that's why I'm trying to make more content that is more for entertainment and make people smile, for one, whether that's showing off people's other content that I'm like, hey, this should be showcased because this is really funny. Or I'm hosting a tournament where I'm like, okay, guys, I'm gonna throw you up against some video game challenges, and you guys, whoever wins gets 20 gifted subs or 10, 20 gifted subs. I'd gift 100 if I had the money for it, but I don't. um,
Damn.
and it's like
What
that's
if you're
fun.
not affiliated?
Um, in that case, it's a bit more rough. The reason I do the subs, like, if there's one thing that's kind of nice about the subs with Twitch is it does remove the need for people to watch ads, which still sucks. But
True, true, true. But as an affiliate, you don't have ads anyway.
not that's actually not true. That is very much because you're forced to run ads.
If
Me and
you're not an affiliate, you don't
well, if
have
you're
any
not
income.
if you're not an affiliate, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Um, well, in that case, well, that's a tough one to answer, I guess. Because like I've had one friend who wasn't, and I just had to gift him basically half the amount that basically like because with when it comes to buying 10 gifted subs, that's $50, but normally the
Mhm.
person would only get 25 of that, so I only gave the guy $25
Yeah, but that's
basically.
still more. That's still more than they get from Twitch.
Yeah. So technically, I guess you could say they're making more, but basically the reason I do the subs is just to kind of give them the publicity, that way. Because also sometimes subs are gifted to random followers that haven't seen you in for ages, or literally I've had it
Yeah,
happen where like if they run out of followers, apparently Twitch will just gift your sub to a random person on Twitch.
it does. Yeah, 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 it does. I sometimes get like random subs for channels I have never even seen in my life, and I'm just like, what, what the fuck? Who
Yeah,
the fuck?
and then you're like, well, hold
And then
on,
I do check them out.
exactly.
Usually I won't stay, but like I have a very loyal like the people I watch, I'm very loyal to just watching those people until I discover like new people that I really enjoy the content of, and then I go and watch those too. But I typically don't watch just because of a raid or a sub given or anything like that.
Yeah,
Like I appreciate it nonetheless, but I don't always stick around if I don't enjoy the content. If I do enjoy the content, or like if I'm friends with the people, then I do join into the streams a lot actually. Usually I lurk because I have a stream on when I work usually, and I don't always have the time to talk. But I do tend to watch people when I am working and I'm lurking, and I'm not going to lurk on someone's stream that I don't enjoy.
yeah, exactly. Also, by the way, Mark, that second post you just said about here's the thing: there are two kind of people who say they don't like drama. One are the people who don't like drama, and the other are people that love drama if it involves people they don't like, but say they don't like
Hmm.
drama as soon as they get criticized about anything. That's
Yep,
oh god,
that's the
that's
VTuber community, bitches. I am going to
yep.
be right back. I need another drink.
Alrighty, go right ahead. Feel free. But yeah, no, that's very true. That's very true, Mark. You're very right. Oh man. And again, I don't know. I just think consecration is gonna be one of those things that are always different. Also, I realize there's a couple things. I'm also gonna let these through. I've just noticed there's a couple messages that got hid. So cheering is not cheering, it is ignoring. By shitting on video game, you only serve to make it more bespoke. Take it, shut it up, and move on. I guess that's true. Wait, Mark's titties are impressive. Hold on. Wait, what? Why does that a message earlier? I'm just kind of going through and approving messages because I can't see that on OBS, but I can see that when I go. Because the thing is, okay, I will say this that sucks about YouTube Studio. I can't hide viewers. Because here's the thing. I purposely, as a small creator, I hide my viewer count just so that way I don't get, that way I focus more on entertaining the people who are chatting with me and who are lurking and the people who are in the stream with me that I may be collabing with. Because here's the thing. I don't want to focus on numbers. I want to focus on just being entertaining or being relatable to people. Like, I feel like that's the biggest thing. I want people to come to my streams that feel like they can enjoy themselves. I want it to be a welcoming place for just about everyone. I know not everyone will feel welcome here, but I want it to be a welcoming place. I want people to enjoy talking with me or my guests. You know, maybe clip content. I mean, I know it'd be easier if it was on Twitch. YouTube clipping kind of sucks, but I don't know. Like I don't like pay attention to the viewer count. It gets in my head, and I don't like that. I've noticed that when I turn off your account, I have a lot more fun and I pay more attention to just having a good time, you know? That's just me. Man. But I hope all you guys are also enjoying the talk show. How are you guys enjoying it, by the way? I hope that it's been a nice watch for you guys. Let's see. Whether the crowd is dead, or whether there's a crowd at all, the show must go on. That's how I feel about streaming. That's a good mindset. When the crowd is dead, whether there's a crowd at all, the show must go on. I will say, like, I think I get bummed out more when it's like I just don't feel like streaming one day because of work wearing me out or just I'm not in the right mental state. That sucks. I wish I could always be on the grind for content, but sometimes I just need a break.
I have re-entered my body.
You have re-entered your body. Hello.
Yes, my body is once again inhibited.
It is. It's actually kind of chill just to hear you guys talk about stuff. I'm glad you enjoy it then. I'm glad. I do this, I try this at least once or twice a week. Like this Tuesday, I will be interviewing the spider VTuber Spinna, if you know of her. That's going to be very fun. I'm really looking forward to that.
I love her.
I'm very excited to talk to her. I'm very excited. A friend of mine.
She is friends with a very good friend of mine. Like, he did all of her 50 spin-up art.
Oh, nice.
50s? Whatever. Like, he started doing the pin-up art at some point, and he just got, like, so much traction with that.
Oh, man. Yeah, no. I had a friend that I interviewed that I met through another person I interviewed because I have a friend named Liz. Liz Justice. She's a Narwhal VTuber. She had me interview this guy called Damie, who's a virus VTuber. He's just like a little virus spike ball thing. He says he's not a virus, but I'm pretty sure that's technically what he is. But he then was like, hey, you know, I have a VTuber that you might like to interview. Her name is Spinna. I could put a good word in for you. Because I think that you are doing a good job here with your talk show. I really enjoyed myself, and I think you have what it takes to be a great talk show host. So I'll see if she's interested.
Fun. You're gonna love her.
Oh, she already told. Like I've seen somebody post on Twitter about her talking about how she loves talking to people. So I think me and her are gonna have a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look for it.
She's lovely, really.
I would not stick around for 2 to 5 hours or so if I did not enjoy myself. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself, Alestra. Very glad to have you here. I try to make this an enjoyable time for every single time I do this talk show. Because it's always fun. Even if I ask the same question every week to somebody new, no matter what that question is, I always get a different answer. It's always different. You know? Like, I've literally, every episode, I think every episode so far, there are two things I've talked about. One, how do people get into consecration or VTubing? And two, what their opinion on is for like consecration, whether that's Twitch versus YouTube or just how they think, like what they view consecration is. It's always fun because everyone talks about it differently. Most people do agree that though that Twitch kind of sucks and that YouTube does.
Twitch does more than kind of suck.
It does suck.
Twitch is ass, like absolute fucking ass, and I say that as someone who streams like exclusively on Twitch.
Yeah. I stream on both. I like I said, I gave up on Twitch, but then a bunch of YouTubers like basically talked me into it because they're like, we want to raid you. They like were telling me they want to like we want to raid you, Jen, because we've been on your talk show and stuff. Or it's like we want to share our communities with you, and it's like I'm sorry, I'm a YouTube streamer, but it's like
it's awful. I streamed on YouTube for a bit as well, and I just the thing that did it for me is having to literally rebuild from zero. Because people aren't going to come to YouTube.
I mean, I've not really had the biggest community, so I've always kind of been building from zero. I've always like honestly until I started this talk show, I've been until I became a VTuber basically. I had only averaged 3 viewers pretty much no matter what I was doing, whether that was YouTube or Twitch live streams. But I feel like now my community, now that I've expanded into a different type of content, they kind of watch whatever I do, but it depends. Like some of my regular viewers prefer it when I play certain games, like whether that's a collab game, like a big like crab game, for instance, or Among Us. Like I get more viewership there because a lot of my friends who are in the collab will actually watch my stream, that normally don't have my stream open. Whereas, like, if I do like this talk show, mainly the only viewers are from the community that of the person I'm interviewing. I've had a few exceptions. Like, there are people who have popped in from previous interviews that who are like they saw my content and like, I gotta keep watching you, Jen. You're doing a great thing here. It's so entertaining. But so it depends. Again, I like both. I do. I think I prefer YouTube for the most part. I just wish I could have Twitch's rating system and Twitch's clipping system, and I'd be good. That's all I want. That's literally all I want.
I also like channel points. I won't lie.
That too. Okay, three things. Three things. I love channel points too. I need to make more use of them. I really do.
The problem I have with oh, and the emotes. I also would like the emotes.
I'd like animated
'Cause
emotes from Twitch. Like that'd be nice.
I would love to have like Twitch emotes without affiliation. That's the only thing I really cared about because channel points I can still automate sort of with like the stream elements point system and also mix it up.
Yeah.
I can just like make that chat based instead of point based. It's
Oh, yeah.
gonna be a bit different.
I mean,
because
if you get rid of
actually-
if you get rid of affiliate, don't you get rid of the emotes?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
but you can
Gotcha.
upload them to Beta TTV.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. That makes
If
sense.
if you have Beta TTV installed, you can like I think it's 7 TTV that lets you upload like up to 1,000 emotes for free.
Oh, that's awesome. That's nice.
It's very cool. It's very cool. And it works for everybody in chat as long as they have one of those programs installed. They all work like interchangeably with each other as well. So if you have 7TTV, Beta TTV, or there's another one, those all work with each other from the same database. So if you have an emote uploaded to one of those, if you have any of those programs, it will just work.
Gotcha. Twitch is donkey butt, but I get so much more trans hate on YouTube, and I'm not even active here. But here I get those type of DMs you see on Twitter. Wait, you can get DMs on YouTube, or do you just mean like replies on videos? As long as anyone can guess
Comments and
what
stuff.
she is drinking, I'd follow her anywhere, and maybe not kick. They said. I don't think kick is gonna be very successful. I'm gonna be brutally honest. Like I really don't see it.
Well, if YouTube has like a poll or what else was the thing? A prediction option.
Yeah, yeah, that's also really good about Twitch's predictions. I love like I'm trying to make better use of them because of the fact I've been loving a streamer called Astral Spiff. He uses predictions all the time on his videos, like or not just videos, his streams, and I mean, and it's so entertaining watching that, like because people complain in his chat about
help.
losing their balls because he calls them spiff balls.
It helps if you have like active mods that can do it for you because that
Yeah.
way you can post stuff.
Yeah, running
Because
them
I can do
yourself
it myself,
sucks.
but it's just going to be like my content. If my mods do it, it's always going to be offensive somehow. All my mods are so mean to me.
I need to figure out how to get a browser source from when a prediction starts because I know there's a way to do that.
Oh right, I forgot.
Like there's like a pop
I
up.
know there is a way, but
I
I
don't-
just can't be arsed to find it out.
Let's see. But let's see. I don't think either YouTube or Twitch really fulfills my needs as a streamer, but Twitch was first, I guess. Yeah, that's true, I guess.
I kind of joined Twitch before I knew how bad it was.
Yeah, I think I did too. I didn't know how bad it was. For me, I actually started on YouTube. I mainly view content creation as a YouTuber from a YouTube viewpoint, which is probably why whenever I'd stream, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. My viewpoint on streaming is probably a bit skewed compared to most people because I want to make my streams just as entertaining as a YouTube video, and I know that's rough. I believe Mix It Up supports predictions too, but they don't pop up in chat, just on the browser source. Oh,
That'll do.
that'd be interesting. That might be what he uses, honestly. Let's see. Also, they said Spinna is very interesting. A bit too lewd on main, at least back in the day, for me to keep her on my Twitter timeline. But she is cool. I did enjoy watching her streams, but I ended up missing a lot now that I don't have her on Twitter anymore. Gotcha. Yeah, I've turned into a lot of her VODs, and she's very relaxing to watch, but also can be a bit of a gremlin too,
Oh, yeah,
sometimes.
definitely. And she is still lewd on main, just so you know.
Oh yeah, very much so. Very well. Here's the thing. I mean,
appreciate that.
you are here in my like. Technically, I mean, I guess you're not lewd on main. You're more lewd on alt.
I am both.
Here's the
I
I've
have no filter. I have no filter. I'm just worse than the other one.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with interactive lewd people. I love interactive lewd people. It's just a matter of like I like there are some people like I just don't want to be too overly lewd on main because of the people that like I don't want to scare off the very wholesome people or like make people unfollow me because they're like Jen's retweeting too much NSFW crap. So I don't know if I want that all over my Twitter timeline on my main account because the fact I don't like it's already a gamble opening Twitter in public. If I the more I make that a risk, the worse it is. Oh my gosh! Wait, not gonna lie, you have Ichigo muted. Wait, and they called you
That's
Ichiho.
fair. Yeah, that's my alt account. I call that one Ichiho.
Oh
I
my
actually
god.
changed the name to Her Royal Finest now.
I saw that. I mean, you do got them thighs.
I know, I know.
Oh my god.
I haven't tweeted in a while, and my reach just like plummeted so bad.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like Twitter is so punishing lately. They changed the algorithm to something that's awful, like literally, literally terrible.
And they finally came out and announced like if you put a link in your tweet,
Yeah.
they kill it. Your tweet is dead.
Yeah,
Unless you
because
already
they
get high
want people
engagement.
to stay on the platform. Same goes for Facebook. Facebook's always done that actually. People are upset about it, but that's how pretty much every social media works. If you put a link in your post, you're going to get punished for it because Twitter wants you to stay on the platform. This is how
Yeah.
every social media works. If you do that on
Does
Facebook, if you do it
YouTube work that way?
YouTube doesn't necessarily work that way because it is based on videos and people aren't going to stay on the same what's it called? They're not going to stay on the same video for a while. And when it comes to Twitter and social media like that, they like embedded videos and stuff like that. So they stay on Twitter for longer.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, and by the way, Ichigo sus and alt question mark? More like Ichigo sus and all.
Yeah.
That's true. Hey, I mean, I'm getting annoyed because, I may be open about it, but all my fucking friends keep fucking tagging me. Like, they keep doing at Active Genesis whenever they fucking see a foot post on Twitter now. Oh, God. It's the consequences of my actions of telling people, yeah, no, I have a foot fetish. And like literally not being ashamed of it. The one consequence I get, because yeah, here's the thing: nobody can really like full on roast me for it, or no one can make me feel ashamed. What they can do is fucking keep throwing me under the bus on Twitter and adding me at her post and just be like, "Oh Jenna, hey, look at this." I'm just like, "Fuck you." Oh my
I
god.
mean, at least start with pride, you know?
Well, hey, I feel like it's nothing to be ashamed of. There's too many freaking VTubers who are like, "I'm not into feet." It's like. I've literally like you hear nags, you hear coefficient. It's funny to hear them scream about it, but I'm just gonna be over here and be like, yeah, so what? Yeah, I like feet. I appreciate that.
Oh, it's totally cool. It's totally cool. Like it's weird that people tell you when you're not. It's like, oh, you like feet. Like, no, I don't. But like if you do, then that's totally cool to admit that.
Yeah, it's like I know what I'm into. That doesn't change. My brain's wired to think that feet are attractive. If you think that's weird, I'm sorry. If you think that's
I
enough
do
to
think that's
block
weird.
me,
I won't lie.
I've just always, I don't know. I've always found feet attractive. I think a big part might just because it literally is a scientific thing, possibly because they say that the part in your brain that controls sexual attractiveness, or like what's the word I'm looking for, like what you find sexually attractive, is right next to the part of your brain that controls your feet. So sometimes
That
they
was
get
like
cross-wired. No, it's like proven. It's like a scientific fact. I'm pretty sure.
Is it? I thought that was like an assumed scientific fact, but it got disproven.
I don't think it did.
I'm not really sure. I'm not really into feet, so I am a monster fucker. That's a whole different league.
I've met so many of those. You're not the first one.
I know. The entirety of the VTuber community is a monster fucker, apparently.
Uh,
Like, I have multiple bingos.
I mean, here's the thing. Monster girls, yes, but if they were actual like monsters,
Oh,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no, no, no. I don't mean humanoid.
Oh God, yeah, no, I've met a
Listen,
lot of.
it's like furry versus cat girl. It's not the same thing to fuck a monster girl. It's just a girl made out of slime. Boo fucking who. I mean a literal fucking werewolf with like claws and fangs and
Let me
shit like
guess.
that.
Let me
It has
guess.
to be 10 feet tall. I
Let me
want to die.
let me guess. You probably have the hots for death from Puss in the Boots: The Last Wish.
I would if I watched it,
You should watch it. It's a good movie. It's a good
but I'm not
movie.
furry.
Let's
I'm
see.
just gonna put that out there.
Gotcha.
I'm not a furry, but
Is that anyone kink shame? I have Ichigo muted and most lewd because I feel nothing. I feel alien when I see that content. My brain just does that modem noises. That's funny. I mean, hey, there's a reason why there's people who say they're asexual, that are asexual. They just don't feel
yeah, it's
sexual
very
pleasure.
valid.
If not, some people might have trauma, like PTSD, revolving around sexual stuff. So they
But
might just
even
not want to
without
see that.
it's incredibly valid to just not feel sexual attraction to anything. Like it's not
Yeah.
something weird necessarily. I
Yep.
think we're past the point of wanting to have the biological urge to reproduce.
Dude, there's so many freaking humans on this planet. I think we're good.
I think we're more than good.
I think we're overly good. In fact, I think if anything, dude, I wouldn't mind if like, even if I was involved in it, like if somehow there's some big some big extinction event happened and it wiped out a decent chunk of humanity, and I wouldn't mind being a part of that, just because there's too many humans. There's
Yeah,
too many of us, and what we're
wouldn't
doing in the
mind either.
world, what we're doing in the world is
I
pretty
honestly
bad.
like. Listen, I fully believe in natural selection. I also believe I am not selected.
You also believe you're not selected. That's funny.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
I mean, if it would come down to like natural selection and we were all like cast into the wild stuff like that and it's survival of the fittest, I'm not the fittest. I'm gonna die. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I am a
yeah.
VTuber, for fuck's sake. What do you expect from me?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, that's fair. Oh my god. Oh boy. You are probably now the second person I've talked to the most. Like, this is probably one of the longest talk show episodes. I mean, I still count the episodes the before I got the studio as technically part of my talk show. But so technically it's episode 4, but I think there's like technically like episode 30 or something. But
Oh, sheesh.
technically, but it's like you could consider either or because I guess they're prequel episodes. But like the other longest one I did was like with my friend Liz Justice, the Narwhal VTuber, who I talked to for like 4 hours, and we're coming up on 4 hours now,
Yep.
which is
Definitely.
nuts. I'm crazy. Hey, I'm glad we enjoyed talking long enough that we've been able to go this long.
I mean, like I said, I can talk for hours.
Same
I don't even
here.
need a topic. I'll just be talking.
Hey, this is
I
yeah,
don't believe in
exactly.
making sense. I just be talking.
And like I don't know, it's so easy. Like when I have somebody, I can easily just come up with something to talk about. Unless I feel like if even if you're a very talkative person, there comes a time where you have this one person where like you try and talk to them, but then there's just a weird awkwardness, and you're just like, how do I fill this?
And then they are probably not that good at talking.
You're
If
not
both
gonna.
parties are not that good at improvising, then it's gonna get hard.
Yeah. That literally, I've had like right now at work, I have one gal that I try and talk to, but I think it's mainly hard because I'm pretty sure she just shuts me down. She just doesn't want to talk to
It's
me.
very possible.
And it's just like whereas every other person I'm working with is very talkative with me. They're very kind. They're like, and I just started my new job. I've only worked there for a week, and apparently my managers are hearing nothing but good things about me, and they keep letting me know that. I try to be a hard
Right.
worker. I try to be a good person. I try to be very talkative and open and kind to people. I don't know. I just do prefer to keep to myself whenever I get a chance. I guess. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm a
I
like
get that. I get that.
I'm an ambivert. I'm an extroverted introvert. I like talking to people, but damn, do I need my alone time.
Oh, I feel that. I feel that a lot. Like I used to be like extremely introverted, but I've slowly been able to get comfortable talking to people a lot more. Like it's easier over the internet. I won't lie. If I'm sat in a room with like 20 people, I am not gonna say a word. I am gonna sit there and be quiet with my fucking cake or something. I'm just not gonna say a word until somebody talks to me. Over the internet, it's a lot easier because there's just not that social pressure of being close to each other. I can just pretend I didn't hear you over Discord or something like, oh no, Discord died, boop, and then I'm done.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very.
It's
I'm.
it's
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, don't worry.
Well, I was just gonna say like it's. I don't know. I'm very glad you've enjoyed yourself then at this talk because I try to make it like I hope that everyone I talk to enjoys themselves because for one I try not to ask too many questions that for one could get either of us canceled. Two, I also
Oh,
like
I aspire to be cancelled.
you aspire to be canceled.
I want to be cancelled. I want to see what kind of bullshit I get cancelled for. Like, I don't. I know I say a lot of problematic shit, but I do believe that I am usually like I stand behind my own opinions, um, even if they are sometimes problematic.
Yeah.
And I just kind of wonder what I get cancelled for. You know, like if it's something that I don't fully support, then that's fair. If it's something that I do support, like disliking lolicons and stuff like that, then by all means cancel me. I dare you.
Oh my god. Let's see. Extra slash introversion doesn't have much to do with how much you actually enjoy conversation. It's more to do with how much energy it costs you to do it. You could like woodcutting, but you'd still not be able to do it all day without eating or taking breaks. That's fair.
Mm.
Hence,
I need a lot of breaks between my social interactions, and I have had like the past couple of weeks, I have had way more social interactions than I bargained for. Like both
yeah.
IRL and online, and also like I worked more days, which means I have to talk to a lot more clients, and then I have this one coworker who is like a nagging pain in the ass. She's an older lady, and she can't work like necessarily. She has problems, and she sometimes likes to treat her coworkers like therapists. But I shoot that down. I am not gonna sit there and listen to her. But she tries so hard to get me to ask about her life, and I just actively ignore her.
That's
I'm just like,
fair.
oh no, that's so bad. Could you hand me the scissors, please? You know,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
just,
man.
she's trying so hard to make me ask. She's trying so incredibly hard to make me ask by repeating things like several times. It's just, ugh. It costs me so much energy to just sit there and be,
You're just the didn't
just
ask meme.
exist. I just have to be an asshole to her sometimes. I literally have to treat her like a toddler. I don't like saying this because she's like 60, but I have to treat her like a freaking toddler. I have to like be overly excited when she does something right and like be very, very, I have to like almost give her a full freaking applause, when she does something right. Otherwise, she's gonna think that she did something wrong. And if she does something wrong, I'm not allowed to say anything about it except for like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. And then, just stop it there. Just stop it there. Don't even mention it again, or she will throw a full freaking panic attack. It is bad, bad. Like, bad. Really bad. She gets on my fucking nerves. It's manageable, but she gets on my fucking nerves. So, I have been very socially over encumbered lately.
Nah, that's fair. I totally understand that. I can totally get that. Oh man. But I will say, I think that this might be a good place to end it because we have been going for nearly 4 hours.
I haven't
And
even mentioned my gigantic penis.
what? Excuse me?
My gigantic penis.
Too big of a front tail? What is okay, explain.
I have a massive schlong. And it grows every time I brag about it.
Is that because it's a Pinocchio style schlong? It only grows because it's not big?
I mean, it can grow bigger. I told you it's massive. It's like 55 centimeters. Oh, I forgot you speak America units. It's like 12 hamburgers long.
I don't think hamburgers are an American measurement.
Oh shit. It's like 15 bullets per square child. I'm sorry. Is that
What?
too much? I'm sorry. That just
Oh
came
my
out.
god. Jesus.
Sorry.
Wait, okay, cancel. Wait, okay, scratch the front tail. Ichi canceled.
Trying to get me canceled. This is it. I got canceled.
Oh my god.
It's like the length of a quarter bald eagle.
Oh my god. But I do have to get going because dinner also just got finished.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, so thank you so much for joining me. This has been a blast.
You're welcome. I had a good time.
I'm glad.
This was fun.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk to you again sometime, and maybe we can do some more stuff in the future. I definitely might invite you to one of my one of my tournaments or one of my game shows as well. That could be
Yeah,
fun.
sounds fun. I would like to be on a game show.
I think that'd be a lot of fun to have you there. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Make sure, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone here already is, but in case you're not, make sure you go follow Ichigo in in the description, all her socials and all that, because she's pretty awesome. And, always appreciate if you follow me as well, all my stuff. I make music. I now clip VTubers on my Clips channel, the AG Showcase. Sometimes make news, but reporting news has kind of been on the back burner. I may be good at it, but God, is it not fun. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. And yeah, hopefully, maybe either of us will see you next time we go live or upload something. So yeah, see you guys.